We've got our Digi boys
Okay,
and
so we
girls
have these
and-
7 children in the Digimon
In the
Adventures.
digital world, they're trapped in the digital world, though. They're trying to escape, and so
Okay.
they're gonna go try to escape. As they go through their adventures, they realize that their digivices, when used in conjunction with their Digimon partners, will allow their Digimon partners to digivolve into champion.
I was just prepared for evolutions that had no relation to the previous one.
Well, Agumon's like kind of the most consistent one.
Yeah.
He's like the one that is just like that makes the most sense. But like
Okay.
Gabumon is like a seal, and then he evolves into like a wolf. So, and then the wolf evolves into a man, and then eventually that man evolves into a different wolf. So like I don't know. And so they kill all the Dark Masters, but the true foe is revealed once
Oh,
they have
dear
defeated
God.
Piedmon. They reveal that beneath the big spiral mountain was the lair of Apocalypmon,
Oh my
who
god.
is an ancient evil Digimon
So they're
that
the
arose.
They were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Is that what this is?
Now you're understanding.
The
Jesus.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Apocalypmon.
Clown, machine.
Water machine and puppet master.
Metal machine.
Just like
Now-
the Bible says.
So it's about 5 straight minutes of canned animation cutscenes where they're just playing it back to back. And this is why it's crazy. The psychotic part is that the whole time it plays the Digimon song, but there's
Oh,
this
no.
high-pitched squealing that happens in the background like a tea kettle going off in every song. It's like and it's constantly playing the whole time, driving me insane. Every single person who listens to the Digimon has to go insane or get tinnitus. There's no other way around it. I can't believe we did that twice. I really can't. It was like, I knew once we got to the end it was going to be wild, but...
It worked on me. Come on, Ty. Go for it.
Welcome to The Lore You Know, a podcast where some friends dive into the fantastical and often convoluted lore of media that we grew up with and love, but sometimes resent based on previous recordings. It's fine. And here to bring you the mostly correct facts about made up things this week are me, Fran.
Me, Ethan.
And I'm CJ, and I am different. I've changed. I've been through the furnace, the forge of adversity, and I've come out the other side a more perfect being.
I thought you were just going to
Because-
say you went through legal proceedings and paperwork, but
I didn't. Do you think I've? Do
you
you
got
think
married.
we were?
I don't know.
Don't. Okay. I just we've been away for a while. I didn't
Yeah,
want people to
that's
think I was like in jail or something. We just got lazy. We were playing video games and stuff.
What the fuck? You digivolve. That's the...
That right.
The-
that,
yeah.
that is what.
Oh, sorry.
That was the kind of.
I'm sorry. We can go back.
Last time I had a mission, right? I wanted to explain the Digimon movie. That was
Yep.
such an easy request.
Was it?
Yeah.
Explain one movie. Oh, how I wish that most of our episodes were just to explain one movie. That would be an easier podcast to make. But no, it turned out to understand that movie, we needed to understand not only a movie,
and another movie and a third movie, but we also needed to understand 2 full series of a children's cartoon.
Yeah, obviously.
But that's it, right?
And that was it.
Great.
At the time.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
what?
Originally,
Oh,
if
boy.
you recall, my goal was to understand the Digimon movie because me and my good friend Steven, when we were just little baby boys, saw that movie and we thought it was really cool, but we were like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And now that I'm a grown man, I know what's going on. And so I must come back now to a different time when me and Steven came together and we were like, hey, isn't there a new Digimon movie? Let's watch it as people who know Digimon. Let's take a peek at it. It'll be nice to see this new Digimon movie because we both already know about it. So we watched it. And I had no earthly idea what was going on, what was happening.
Was Agumon there at least?
Agumon was there, but Tai wasn't. And so I was like, what's
Oh.
going on?
Oh, dear.
And so I got another request from a listener. I don't remember who, sorry. But
It wasn't Steven?
no, it wasn't Steven. But you made this happen. Thanks for the suggestion. To say that we should go back in for a third and final question mark time
Probably not.
to talk about Digimon Try.
Okay.
Because to truly understand what me and Steven saw that day that again confused us the way that the Digimon movie confused us so
As
long
children.
ago, we have to again dive into the fantastical and often convoluted lore of the Digimon series.
Oh, boy. So,
Because
so when you
you
say
see,
a new movie,
this-
was this like recent?
Yeah.
Like
so
actually
let's
a new movie?
let me explain.
Okay.
Let's figure out first why the Shti and I were confused. It was because, in fact, there is a new Digimon movie, but it was actually a 6-part mini movie series.
Oh, God. It's an OVA?
And so we watched the
we don't have
6th
those in
one.
America. Yeah.
You
okay.
watched
Because I thought it was a movie.
Oh, God. So you missed the first 5 episodes
So
of
I
the
missed the
OVA?
first 5.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Oh, dear. How
And-
long was it?
It
it
was
like 90
movie
minutes?
length. Yeah.
Good
So
God. The
so
thing
they-
I love the most about that is that, like, if you were watching a regular piece of media, you'd be like, oh, I'm not, like, watching in the right order. But as an anime, you're just like, maybe it's just weird like this. I don't know.
There was an opening credit
It happens.
sequence. Like I was like, okay. They released Digimon Adventure Try as a 6-part TV miniseries, but then they reformatted it as a standard sort of 26 episode
Oh, no.
series,
Oh, no.
which is what I watched.
The
So
pace-
I ended up watching a third Digimon series.
After watching a movie version,
Wh-
after watching this last, what would it be, like 3 episodes then? Hold on. It's 6
Yes.
movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
yes, Fran. Yes,
Okay.
I've
Just-
seen all of it.
Okay.
A little, like, so I know
When
how
did
to
this
set
come
my
out?
expectations. Where
This came out in
would you rate
2016.
this compared
Um,
to the other Digimon series?
Ethan, I will tell you up front, not to spoil it, but this rips shit in the best way.
Okay. All right.
That's good.
I
Great,
remember
2016.
I went back, I actually did go back and watch our old episodes, so I remember what we talked about. And I remember when we were like, yeah, I guess Digimon's kind of ripping off Pokemon in a way, but whatever. Everyone was doing it back then. Pokemon sucks ass.
Hey.
I'm a Digimon now. I'm a Digimon man now. Digimon man.
A Digiman, if you will.
I won't, but yes.
Okay.
I am full on the Digimon train. Pokemon, I don't care about anymore. All I care about is Digimon and Digimon Time Stranger, the video game or whatever.
You're just
That's-
saying nonsense.
Now, yeah.
That is
we'll
that's
deal with that
technically
later.
what this podcast is coinciding with more is the release of a new Digimon game that just came out.
It's just returning
Okay.
into the Digimon podcast. It's fine.
All right. Digimon Adventure Try was split into 6 different movie-length OVAs
Mm-hmm.
that follow the original 7, 8 Digidestin. It was originally 7 at the beginning of Digimon Adventure, and then Ty's sister joins in to make
Yep.
a group of
Yep.
8.
Yep.
It follows the original 8 Digidestin as they grow up and become no longer little lanky middle schoolers, but now high schoolers with like feelings and problems and
Oh
stuff.
God, that sounds
Yeah.
awful. I don't want feelings.
The films are all just single title names. There's Reunion, Determination, Confession, Loss, Coexistence, and Future.
The
Are
first
the names?
few of those sounded like the name of like a Mars rover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they are.
Perseverance, Curiosity.
Yeah. Fair enough. Loss.
CJ, would I be safe in assuming that each of these OVAs has just a really hard set 3-act structure that is a satisfying conclusion every time?
I would say almost all of them are like intro fighting stuff, middle boring part, and exit fighting stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I like
sounds
that
right.
seemed to
two-thirds of
be-
that.
Because again, I was watching it episode by episode, so for me it was like 1 episode that was important, 3 episodes that really kind of weren't, and then 2 more episodes that were important again
Mhm.
back to back.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden the action would just like fall out from underneath you, and it would just be back to, oh, they're just talking about their feelings and stuff again.
Yeah, it sounds like if you take the 6 movie length episodes and put them into like 22-minute episodes, the
Mhm.
pacing would really suffer.
It was a little weird.
Yeah.
To be sure, but I persevered through it, don't worry. And I have come out the other side knowing everything there is to know about Digimon. We thought we had the whole story before, but no. I think in the second episode, I probably said I digivolved into champion at some point. Truly, I am in my ultimate form now. Perhaps even Mega. We'll see by the end of this. I might fully
Oh,
ascend
God.
to my
I need to
final
find my
phase.
notes. There's like
Yeah,
7
good
levels.
Good
Shit.
luck, Fran.
I don't know where they are.
Well, to assist you at the top, why don't we do a very quick review of some of the very important things we need to know about Digimon? Number 1, the Digidestined.
Yeah.
If you recall, if you have a Digivice and a Digimon partner, you are considered a Digidestined.
Are you a
There is-
Digidestined?
I am not, technically.
What if I got you a Digivice for Christmas?
It will all change anyway, Fran, so don't worry about it.
Oh, it's okay.
Number 2, our group of 8 was a group of Digidestined that defeated as children
Mhm.
a bunch of people, but the main thing that they defeated was Apocalypsemon, who wanted to destroy both the real and digital realms with his
Mhm.
like apocalypse beam, but the children were able to stop it by using the power of their crests, which is like their virtues that they have, I guess. And they saved the day back then.
Good job, middle
Some
schoolers.
more stuff happened. There was the Digimon Emperor, and he turned out to be like a fallen Digidestin. But eventually they beat him and then got him on their side,
Mhm.
and they learned how to digivolve other ways, like with the Digi eggs and stuff.
Yep.
But for the most part, we still have the big rules. Digimon are made of data, and Digimon never die. They're just reborn when their data is reset. They
Yes.
begin as babies
Mm-hmm.
in their smallest form, and then
And they
eventually
poop.
then they poop and shit, and then we did a whole bit on that in the first episode. And then they can digivolve into their rookie stage,
Yes,
also
yep.
known as the youth stage in Japanese. So this is again where things are gonna get confusing because the Japanese one is different than the English one, and sometimes they use the same word to mean different,
different thing,
things.
Yep.
So
Love
in
it.
English, it's rookie and then champion and then ultimate and then mega.
Yeah.
That's the 4 levels. In Japanese, it's the youth, it's the adolescence, it's the perfect, and then it's the ultimate, which is a different level than the other ultimate, if you recall.
I
So
like how they're
sometimes-
implying adulthood is perfect. Because it goes
So
youth,
right,
adolescence.
yeah. As we know,
Perfect.
it
You're a
just
perfect
was.
being
This is
after
this is
adolescence.
my perfect form. I never will get better than this. This is just
Oh, that's a bit
this is just it
depressing.
now.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I
about
mean, that's
that.
just that's life, Fran. I don't know what to tell you. And we're gonna learn a lot about life as we continue on through this
Oh,
Digiventure.
no.
We have our 8 children protagonists and their 8 Digimon companions. There's Tai and Agumon, or Taichi. Oh, that's another thing. I watched all the other ones in English. I couldn't find an English version of
There probably
Digimon
is no dub
Tri.
yet.
So now I watched it in Japanese, and they use their Japanese names, which are different. Like, if you recall, they gave them really English names for the
Yes.
English dubs. So there's Taichi.
Uh-huh.
There's Yamato, which is Matt.
Because Matt's in the middle of Yamato.
Matt's in the
MAT.
middle.
Yep.
And his partner Gabumon.
Mm-hmm.
The Digimon have different names too. So like Gatomon is a cat, which makes
Yeah.
sense in
Mhm.
English.
Yeah.
Gato
Mhm.
is Spanish for cat. But Gatomon is Tailmon in Japanese
Okay.
because she
I-
has a tail.
Because she has its yeah.
And so they keep
It's
saying like Tailmon,
Mon.
and I'm like, who is that? And it's like, oh, it's the cat.
I
one.
was hoping for like Nyanmon or something.
Yeah, that would have been Meow Meow Mon. That would have been
Nickelmon.
better. There is Sora. She is the girl. She is got Biyomon, who's a bird. There's Mimi, who's the fashionable girl from America.
Mhm.
Mhm.
She's got Palmon, who's a plant. There's Izzy. He's the computer genius. He has Tentamon, who is a ladybug, I guess.
Yeah.
There's TK, Matt's younger brother. I can't remember what his name is in Japanese, but
Okay. It's okay.
Izzy's name is way different in Japanese. Also, I kept being like, "Who are you talking about?" And it's Izzy.
You just gotta get a
Um,
reference sheet for yourself.
Yeah, I have a little one that I wrote out, but it just says their English names. TK's got Patamon, who's a little loaf of bread with ears that are wings.
Mhm.
And then there's Kari, who is TK's younger sister,
Mhm.
and she has
Young
Gatomon.
girl.
She's like the heart of the team. She's the inspiration.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then there's Joe and Gomamon.
Okay.
Joe, I think, is just called Joe as well. He's not
Yeah.
like Jotaro or anything.
Just Joe.
It's just Joe. I think his name is Keto Joe.
Heck yeah.
Which is
Right.
cool. But he's just like a little dweebus, but he's very studious. He's not like Izzy, who's just a computer genius. He's like a studious boy. He wants
Right,
to be
yeah.
a doctor, which is like,
He's-
okay.
He's the one who like he was if in any other group without like a super genius they would be like, "Oh yeah,
He would
he's
be
the
he's
smart
He's the
one."
one.
Yeah.
But now he's nothing.
Okay. So we have our heroes. We also have the second generation, but they don't come up that much, and I don't really want to talk about them. So
Great.
That's fine.
there's
We don't have to worry
there's
about
there's also, if you recall, Tai is our goggle boy. He is
Yes.
our
Yes.
kind of de facto leader of the group. But we're gonna open up now. Remember everything that happened so far. All the Digimon stuff
I do.
up until now. Okay. And
I
now
do.
we're gonna open up on the void.
them. Okay.
And we get a voiceover that's like, in the beginning when all was nothing, Demiurge with no thoughts just created a new world. Demiurge.
Demiurge? Did we talk about
so he-
Demiurge?
So here's the thing. There's a lot of confusion about some of these characters that are never on screen, that are kind of like deities that we never really see or interact with, that are just out there.
That's how deities typically work in
So
mythology.
I know everything there is to know about Digimon, obviously. But
Uh-huh.
as you
Yep.
just as in the real world, in real life, once you start to bump up to theology, it starts to get a little complicated and nobody really knows for sure.
Okay.
Right?
No one really knows for sure.
So
Great.
there's an entity known as Demiurge that created the digital realm
Oh, okay.
through some sort of instinct or something.
Okay.
And that all happened
in theory, a
around, like,
Digimon.
And that happened around in our world in like the 80s.
Oh, cool. All right.
All right?
All right.
Because again, as our digital devices got smarter and all this data started to exist, the digital world kind of sprang into being.
Wait,
Okay.
is
Yep,
Chat
yep.
GPT a Digimon?
No, we're not ever
No,
talking
Oh,
about
no.
ChatGPT.
Okay.
All right. So don't worry about Demiurge, but there is like a
Okay.
deity
Just know
that
something
created the
made,
digital realm.
yeah, in the 80s.
Listen,
Do you guys-
there
do you
is a
guys-
god. He's judging you. Don't worry about it.
Do you guys remember when I was talking about homeostasis in the previous episodes?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another deity called homeostasis that appeared in the previous
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
They reference him a little bit, I think. Or maybe I was just doing research. So here's the thing. I don't know if it was in the old episodes and then I remembered it, or I don't know if I was looking up information for the episode and
Yeah.
I just saw all this stuff.
And you're
But
like,
there's a
"We're not
thing
talking
called
about that."
homeostasis. It's a deity in the digital world. It exists because it wants to keep balance between
Okay.
the digital world and the physical world. That's why
Great.
he's called homeostasis.
Homeostasis. Makes sense.
Okay.
There's also another entity called King Drissil, which is a translation. It's originally called Yggdrasil,
Yeah,
which
I was
is
say
the-
the Yggdrasil. Okay.
but I do love King Drissil,
What?
which is
Who
funny.
fucked up that translation?
I don't know. I think they're like, oh wait, this is just like a Y followed by like 4 G's and 3 S's. I don't think this is a real word. I think we need to. I don't think this will
All right,
translate.
this
We
is-
need to.
This is nothing. What are the Japanese thinking on this one?
Homeostasis wants to keep balance in the digital world.
Okay.
King Drissil or Yggdrasil is like an evolutionary force, like a growth force. It's all
Okay.
about change and development.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're
Reasonable.
not technically diametrically opposed,
No.
but they do seem to bump into each other a lot because one is
change
kind
can
of this
throw the balance
unbounded growth, and the other one is the balance of everything. And then there's
Fair
also
enough.
Demiurge, who just is like God, maybe? I don't know. He doesn't come
Sure.
up again. Or she.
It.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we get this cold open of a digital egg that births a whole digital realm because
Right.
obviously, a new universe has to be birthed out of an egg. That's just sort of a
Mhm,
lore,
mhm.
At least in this
creation mythos
Yeah.
specialty.
I've so many creation myths over the
Yeah, we've gone through a lot, although
It's a
again,
lot.
a lot of them are just something made a big egg and the universe came out of it.
Wasn't
so,
there one with a giant dwarf?
yeah, that was
inside,
the one.
but he was inside a crystal, which was kind of like an
Like
Yeah,
an
we're not.
egg,
We
okay.
cannot. We cannot look back. We can only look forward now, except when I reference the old
right.
episodes.
Yeah, except for exactly what we're doing. But
All right. I have exactly the correct amount of energy right now. Before I
Okay,
was
good.
still building up, but now I can feel it kind of welling up. It's that classic lore feeling when everything starts to like once we get through the intro and everything starts to fall into place and it's like, yeah, now we can finally talk about this. Can we
Oh,
talk
boy.
about this? Let's talk about this.
I don't think we have a choice. Let's talk about this.
All right. So,
So creation myths.
the digital world is created. Let's
In the
go
80s.
now to our favorite protagonists. We haven't seen them in a few years,
Okay.
not since Digimon Adventure 2 when they were kind of background characters, but now they're full on high schoolers. Not only
Whoa.
that, but they're high schoolers that are getting to the end of their high school career and now they're
Ah.
faced with big thoughts about what am I going to do with my life? Where am I going to go? What's my next step? Am I going to go to
Mhm.
college? Am I going to
Yep.
and this is where we find our main goggle boy Taichi. He's talking with his teacher and he is saying, I don't really know what I want to do. His teacher is
I don't either, Ty.
His teacher asks like, what do you like to do? And he's like, I like hanging out with my friends, but they're also busy. And my
Aw.
friends, they live far away. I don't get to see them anymore. Because
Aw.
if you remember, the portal to the digital realm has been closed since
Yeah.
the events of the
mhm.
last one. And so he still brings his digivice around with him wherever he goes, but
Aw,
he
poor
doesn't really get
sweetie.
to talk with any of his Digimon friends. And all of his other
Yeah.
friends are scattered to the wind. Izzy
Mhm.
is off. He's like he's like running a company now.
Great.
So
yeah, he's the super genius. One. He gets-
Izzy has gone crazy with it. He's like never in school. He does actually just like he is just like a business president by the end of the series. So
Why
I
would
think
he
by
go
now
to school then? Yeah.
Right,
he-
yeah.
Like
he-
he's doing it.
he is, because if you recall, being a good like programmer hacker guy means that you
Mhm.
also get sort of a limited amount of powers over like the digital realm. So the
Yeah.
fact that he was able to master the digital realm inversely means that now he's just like got a super cool computer research job.
Okay, cool. Is
Good
he
for him.
is he like a good boy researcher, super business guy, or is he
Yeah.
like making an X platform for
So
spewing?
I don't know exactly what he does, but at the end of at some point the Digidestined have imported some of their digivice features to a smartphone that Izzy designed. So I guess he
Oh,
makes
shit.
phones at the very least.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty
So
I think
it's
he
'cause
might
we're
just make
2016.
I think he might just make consumer electronics, which makes
Right.
sense because of his experience with the digivices.
Right, yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
just like
We're getting
baseline business
smartphones.
evil, not like especially business evil.
No, he's not like collecting everyone's data or anything like that. I don't think. I mean, their Digimon are, but
Yeah, right.
again, not on
Until
purpose.
Digimon Quad.
Yeah. Okay. So Taichi is like playing soccer. He doesn't know what he's doing with his life. He's like inviting his friends to his games, but everyone's so busy, they're not showing up.
Yeah.
His little sister is also really busy. And the two younger siblings, Kari and TK, are, they're still like good friends. They're like flirting with each other all the time. They're like totally got the hots for each other.
Right, yeah, but they're
Um,
Japanese kids, so they're just like, oh, maybe
Yeah, so
one
they're
day
just-
we'll hold hands.
Yeah, they're just kind of like flirtatious playing with each other, but they're like,
Teasy.
my older brother really wants our friends to come to his soccer game, and then TK is like, oh well, Matt really wants everyone to come to his band performing and this other stuff, and they're like, yeah, everyone's just so busy now, and it's like so hard to
Aw.
get people together,
Yeah.
and like Mimi is back in America.
Figured.
And they at one point they're like, oh, maybe we should see if we can get Mimi out there, and then she's like, I'll come if you pay for my ticket, and they're like, okay, well it's like 1,000,000 yen, so
Yeah. Also,
Aren't
I
you
thought
like,
Mimi was
isn't
rich.
she super rich?
Yeah, she
Well,
can pay
yeah.
for her own damn ticket.
well, spoiler, she does end up coming anyway.
Dude,
So
I fucking we have a couple of wealthy friends, and if they ever asked me, they were like, oh yeah, I'll come to your thing if you pay for my ticket. I would be like, all right, well, we're not friends anymore.
then I guess
Problem
I can't.
solved.
We're not gonna hang out. All right.
Problem solved right there.
We have Joe. He is studying for his exams, like he always is. He wants to be a doctor, and so he's
Yeah,
always
he's got
studying.
goals. He's got things to do, man.
He does have goals.
He's-
And then
he's such a good boy, and he's trying his best.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be a doctor someday, and then Izzy's over there like, oh, that's cool. I'm a fucking
I'm in
like-
charge of a company now. I will say I get Joe's thing. I don't like Joe because everyone has some Joe in them, and I don't like that part of me. But Joe is like, he is not a fighter. This is going to come up later, but Joe doesn't
Mhm.
want to fight. He doesn't want to hurt people. He wants to study and become a doctor.
Mhm.
But he keeps getting
Doctors
like forced in these like
historically
crazy
not fighting.
Right. The opposite, maybe. But he keeps getting like thrust in these like crazy situations where he's got to fight with his like, with his little creature that's his little monster that fights for him. So it's like he's trying to like put that behind him a little bit more, but he still loves Gomamon. Even though it's like his lifestyle, it makes it difficult to like be with him. Because when
Mhm.
you're with Digimon, other Digimon just seem to like show up and fight you, and he's like, I don't want to do that.
Mm.
And so all of the Digidestined are scattered, and they're getting older, and they're thinking about what they're doing with their lives. Sora is also like, she is, I will say, given more of a personality role in this new series.
Oh.
That personality role does become kind of the mom of the group. So she went from being a girl to being
Okay.
like their mom.
Adult
Okay.
girl.
Yeah.
boy.
So it's not like my favorite progression ever, but
No.
at least
Oh,
they gave
love
her
that.
something to do.
Okay.
So like her personality
Other than
trait
just
used to just
girl.
be like, okay, so like now, like TK or Ty and Matt have their stuff going on, and she's kind of also still like flirty with the two of them, and she's like, oh, I gotta go see both of them, and like I think she kind of likes it when they were like both kind of fighting over her earlier before.
Right.
But I also think the boys don't super like they to be quite frank, the boys seem more interested in each other at this point than her.
Yeah.
um
Teenage boys are very interesting.
because
in
again,
each
if you
other.
recall, again, to do a little bit of flashback, if you recall, Ty and Matt do have like a special friendship bond. Matt's crest is the crest of friendship.
Uh-huh.
And it's only when the two boys work together that Agumon and Gabumon can eventually DNA digivolve together into Omnimon, who is at this point the strongest Digimon of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really only through their special bond that they can like achieve this. And Sora's trying to be like it's like borderline of like she thinks they're cute and she wants to hang out with them, and borderline just like she's just like gotta mom everybody and like, oh, I gotta go to his soccer game and to Matt's concert and and she's
Sounds like she's just
got
being
no
supportive.
yeah, but she's run herself ragged. She's got no time for herself. Which is gonna be her
understand
character
that.
arc. Yeah, they're all doing so. They're all setting up these new adult character arcs. Ty doesn't know what he wants to do with his life.
Yeah.
Matt is getting to the point where he's kind of looking forward, and he's like, Ty, you got to figure out what you're doing, man. You know, we're right on the edge of stuff. He's like getting ready to be like, maybe music is kind of a childish dream. Maybe I have to like think a little bit bigger with my future and stuff like that.
Okay, that's good. I was wondering if you were going to say, like, I'm looking forward. My band is going to go places.
No, him and his band keep like breaking up and like reforming as a new band. And so I think he like gets that, this is kind of a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Good.
But then also, as we'll see going forward, a lot of their Digimon kind of represent their old ways as well. Agumon doesn't really think ahead either. Agumon is just kind of a real in the moment Digimon. Gabumon always wants Matt to like play music for him. He's like, I just like it when you're playing music. I just like listening to it and stuff like that. Again, with like Joe and Gomamon's like down for adventure and stuff, and Joe's just like, I just really am not about the adventure lifestyle. I'm really
I'm
trying to be a
studying.
studious boy. I will say the only two people that are totally on the same page are like Izzy and Tentamon. They're the only thing that ends up happening with them. This hasn't happened yet. They haven't like interacted with their Digimon partners, but they will. Spoiler: it's called Digimon Try. But the only thing that is Izzy and Tentamon is like Izzy is like at a point where he's really smart and he's been doing all this stuff, and he's like. He gets really angry when he doesn't know stuff. This is also a very relatable thing.
Yeah.
He is like when he can't figure anything out, he's like, I'm so stupid for not knowing this. Like, how can I not figure out? And Tenemon's like, there's no way you could have known, dude. We're kind of like working through it. And he's just like, I'm just supposed to be the smart one. I'm supposed to know what's going on all the time. I'm supposed to know how to fix things. I can't make it happen.
If I don't have this, what am I, Joe?
Yeah, exactly. And Tentamon is just like, Izzy, I used to love watching you work through problems because you were so curious and you wanted to learn things and you were so excited when you got to learn things. And now that you don't know things and you get to learn these new things, you're not excited about it anymore. Now you're just like, I should have known this already.
Aww.
And so Tentamon's like, Izzy, you gotta gotta take care of yourself a little bit.
Fucking chill, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know the Digimon were also therapists for these kids. This is great.
Digimon are
really
kind of
multifaceted.
The Digimon kind of reflect their original state when they kind of were like becoming Digimon partners at the beginning of their adventure, which is going to come up a little bit later. Okay, so
I doubt it.
They're all having adult problems, not like like young adult problems. And TK and Kari aren't super having those problems, but they've never really had the problems. They're the younger ones. They still have a little bit more time.
Right, they're in middle school or whatever.
They're in high school now, but they're mostly like concerned about
baby high school. They're baby high school.
They're mostly
big boy.
They're mostly concerned about their older siblings that are going through all this stuff, and like the group is so scattered. And like Mimi is obviously just like gone all the time. That's her thing. Is she's a world traveling jet setter. So She's not there. While they are establishing all of their emotional feelings or stuff, there's been weird things that have been happening. Sometimes digital devices are like glitching out. Weird things are happening to some digital devices. That's probably nothing to worry
But
about.
not digivices, just to be clear.
Not the digivices.
digital
Those are still fine.
devices.
Those are always seem to kind of be immune to like all
To
the
whatever's
weird
happening.
digi messing around that happens.
Okay.
One day, a digital portal just like opens up in the regular world. This is very unusual because again, the digital world it tends to be closed off. They have made digital portals before by using the D3s in Digimon Adventure 2. They were able to open the portal.
Yes.
In the original Digimon movie, all of the Digidestins fell through an open portal.
Yep.
So this happens sometimes.
But
But it hasn't
regularly.
happened. It hasn't happened in a while. And these like glitching Digimon have come through. And they're big ones. And they're starting to cause a ruckus. And
Would you say they're perfect?
I would say they're champion level. Which is, we start the threats out small because again, our heroes don't have access to their Digimon anymore. They're just thinking about their lives and how they miss their Digimon and everything. As this Digimon is like kind of rampaging through, it's interrupting Ty's his soccer game. And so he's like
performance.
And so I mean probably. It's starting to get on the news and everything. Again, there's this idea that like Digimon are kind of secret, like not everyone knows about them. And at the same time, if you know anything about the internet, you know that Digimon are just there. You see them fight all the time. You like have all these interactions with them. So I have come to this working theory where it's like, you guys remember when the AWS thing happened and like all these like devices just went down and everyone's like, the internet's broken. Someone broke the internet. But if you like know how the internet works, you kind of were like, oh, I know what's happening. I think
it's the Digimon fighting.
Digimon are just like that. It's like for the layman who doesn't know how technology works, if all my digital devices go down, then I don't know, computer broke. But then there's people out there who is like, no, there's just Digimon. It's Digimon fighting, and you're like,
right?
Okay, I don't know what that means.
That would be so much cooler if like we were talking to our IT friends and we were like, dude, like what happened the other day? Like just all of Microsoft stuff went down. He's like, oh, I'm afraid that this Digimon went ultimate and just, whoa, you're talking too complicated for me, brother.
Exactly. But that's the thing is like, if that's how it worked, our lives would not change. It would just be like, oh, I guess that's just a thing that happens sometimes.
Wouldn't that be awesome if like IT professionals all had like digivices then and they had to like wrangle?
Well, that's basically what Izzy is he's just like a super IT guy.
Yeah. This is great.
So
I gotta talk to Justin about this.
Yeah, we'll get him in here, ask him about his digivice.
His digivice.
So, okay. Ty is like seeing all this happen. He's like, "Oh shit. I wish that Agumon was here cuz then we could fight this guy." And just when he's thinking that, his digivice starts glowing and Agumon pops into the real world for the first time and is like, "Ty, I'm here." And it's like, "Oh, Agumon, I haven't seen you in years." And this is me, CJ, talking because like I'm watching because again, this show is for me. It's like it's for nostalgia. It's nostalgia bait.
It's a nostalgia.
But it's so working. It's like, "Oh, I've missed you, Agumon." And he's like, "Agumon, it's bad. There's a big Digimon here." And he's like, "What if I
let's fucking kill him."
What if I digivolved? And he's like, "That's such a good idea, Agumon. I want you to digivolve." Wow. And then we get our new digivolve canned animation stuff that we're gonna get for the rest of the series, and they've got a new song that goes with it, and it's okay. I think I like the old one better. But this one's a little more like modern and kind of.
It had dubstep in it.
No, it's kind of this soft yet intense piano music.
Oh.
That kind of builds as it goes, and so I was gonna say these new Digi Evolution sequences are all 3D, but the original ones were also 3D. It's just that they took a 3D model and they just spun it a bunch.
They spin it, yeah.
And then this one is they float through the digital space, and then they like crunch up into a little ball, and then like an egg forms around them, and then the egg like explodes into the new Digimon.
Ah. Okay.
How was the animation quality? I feel like I would like it better if it was very low quality.
No, it's all pretty
transformation.
good. The new ones are all
Had
pretty
budget.
good. This is 2016 after all.
Okay.
So it is like, you know, we're basically into modernity as far as like our
that's almost a
our
decade ago
animation
now.
technology. Yeah,
Hush,
but like
Fran. Don't say such things.
but like cartoon animation is, you know,
There's only so far we can go.
the innovations at this point are just like how new can we use like crazy integrated technology to make you know completely huge rendered things as
Now-
opposed to like
Yeah, I need to.
we
look
know
up
what
now.
we know what the Digimon look like. We've seen them before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hotel Transylvania has already come out and changed everything as far as
That's-
animation
Yeah.
is concerned,
That's
which
true.
is a true thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe you.
Everyone, no, they were all doing the like Pixar style 3D animation,
Yeah.
and then Gendy was like, "What if you animated these 3D people like 2D people?" And they're like, "Gendy, you're crazy." And he's like, "No, Adam Sandler will believe in me,"
And he did.
and he
It
did,
works.
and
Yeah.
changed everything. So Agumon is going to digivolve to Greymon, and he's going to fight these Digimon. And actually, there's now more of them. They're beginning to
Oh, jeez.
open more portals of the
Oh,
digital
boy.
realm, and the other Digidestined are all like rushing to try and get to these areas. But as Greymon and is it like a Kabuterimon or something like that? I don't know.
Sure.
As they're all fighting with each other, they keep going through these portals, and for a little while they're in this like weird liminal digital space, and then they like fly through another portal, and they're in the digital realm, and then they fight in the digital realm for a while, and then they fly through this portal, and they're like back in this weird liminal space, and then they're back in the real world, and now they're like messing up an airport.
Oh.
And all these like Digimon are attacking. All of the Digidestined are like coming together, and then the smaller champion level Digimon, these like bug Digimon that they're all fighting, they're starting to get a handle on it, and then a big portal opens,
Oh.
and this big Digimon comes out, and goddamn, he looks so cool because he's one of the he is one of the night Digimon. So
a night
we
Digimon
a
with a
night
K in front
Digimon
of it.
with a K in front of it.
Okay.
So, Fran, if you remember, Omnimon,
Mhm.
who is the strongest Digimon that they know about so far, pretty
They
much,
merge. Yes.
he is like a knight. He is one of the night
Yeah.
Digimon.
Yeah.
He's got his sword and shield, and he has his big cannon. So we're kind of led to believe that the night Digimon are the strongest Digimon that we kind of know about. And out of this big portal comes this black knight Digimon.
Ooh.
And he is like, you know, Izzy's already there, and he's like opening his computer because he has like a Pokedex thing on his computer or whatever, and he's like,
A
I've not seen
Digidex,
it.
I'm sure you
I've
mean.
yeah, some sort of thing like that. And he's looking at it, and he's like, that thing is, I've never seen anything like that before. That must be some sort of mega level Digimon.
Oh.
And then this is also where we need to go back to the whole translation thing, because I talked about the names of the characters
Yeah.
being completely different. This is very important to know if you want to understand like theming about stuff, because I've been calling him Omnimon this whole time, which is an awesome name.
Yeah.
But in Japanese, his name is not Omnimon. His name is Omegamon.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
this new Digimon shows up, and it's like, that Digimon is named Alphamon. And it's like, okay. So there's Alphamon and Omegamon.
Yeah. Alpha Omega.
But
yeah.
I was like, I thought this was Omnimon. So now I have to call him Omegamon, which sucks because I love Omnimon. And I'm probably still going to call him Omnimon. But just so
That's
you
fine.
know,
Just so we know
his
the significance.
his
Okay.
name is Omegamon, and now there's Alphamon. And they're like, oh, he is going to beat the shit out of us. And he does.
Yeah.
He easily beats up those two, like the crazed bug Digimon, and now he's turned his attention to the Digidestined Digimon. And they're running through the street. And this whole time, again, as like Ty has been developing as a person or whatever, he's been thinking a lot about the kind of destruction that they've caused as Digidestined. He's
Yeah.
like, the Digimon always show up and they just completely level a town, or they like wreck a city. And
Mhm.
he's like, it's really dangerous what we do. I don't know if we should be out there like cowboys, just like blowing stuff up with Digimon, and I'm like, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying,
yeah.
Ty.
Yeah.
Like,
But there's an Alphamon right
it's
over
pretty
there. What-
irresponsible. And
I
so
could
Alphamon
die.
is
Yeah, there's
Alphamon's beating up all their Digimon, and Matt's like, Ty, we have to do the thing, and he's like, it just is so destructive every time we get Omnimon involved. He blows up everything, and
well,
he's like,
it's either
Ty.
that or
Yeah, he's like, Ty, what
The end of
choice do we have?
everything.
And so
Right,
they
yeah.
look at each other deep in their eyes, and then he's like, okay, he gives him the nod. And he's like, all right, we know what that means. And then the most awesome sequence ever happens where it's just, he's like, leave it to me, Ty. And then Agumon jumps in there and he like jumps into the fight, and then it cuts to the next scene of the fight. And now it's Greymon. And he's like beating the shit out of him. And we don't get any of the like Digi evolution animations anymore. It's just like cut to a new scene, cuts over to Gabumon. He's already Digivolved into War Greymon, into Garurumon. And then it cuts over there, and then Agumon's already Digivolved to his next stage. Now he's War Greymon, and then it cuts back, and now it's Where Garurumon. And it just goes back and forth, and every time it cuts to the Digimon, they're at their next stage, and then they're both at the top stage. Like, they each do like one attack in their stage, and now they're both at the top stage, and you better believe that they're gonna DNA Digivolve into Omnimon. And now it's Omnimon versus Alphamon, and the two of them are pretty evenly matched. And just as it seems that Omnimon is going to win the day, a big portal opens up behind Alphamon, and he just like floats back into it. And indeed, as Ty was afraid of, they have just leveled this airport with their Super Digimon fight. These two top level Digimon have just like created a wasteland of this airport.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like,
But the
you're not
trade-off,
wrong,
once again.
Ty, but it's like that we can't call on Godzilla for help. What would he'll destroy stuff? Well, yeah, but Mecha Godzilla is right there, currently
who will
destroying
continue
stuff.
destroying things.
He's filled with inner conflict. He's thinking about these
Yeah.
things. When he was a kid, he didn't think about the repercussions
He's
of
like,
his actions.
Wow, yeah.
Violence.
And so now he's like, see, this is what I was talking about. We're destroyers. We destroy things, Matt. And Matt's like, well, we had to do it. There's no other way we could have done it. And then as the dust kind of clears on this, we see that there is a new girl. And she has been running around for a while. I think she just moved in near Ty or something like that. She's like the
Of
new
course.
girl in town.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been like hysterical running around because she is looking for her friend who is Makomon. That's right. This new girl who's named May. This is very confusing. Her name's May. Her Digimon's named Makomon, and she calls her May May. So there's May, and then there's May May, who is Makomon. So the
Is she
new girl and her
Chinese?
her whole name's Mako.
Okay, just because Mei Mei is like little sister in
Yeah.
Chinese. That's
Well,
why.
I
Wait,
think it's
her
'cause-
whole name is Mako, so it's Mako and Makomon, or May
Yes.
and May May?
Yes, Ethan, that's what I'm saying. Is it's really confusing. But she's another cat one. Is
Okay.
that Digimon. She's a new cat Digimon.
Okay.
She's actually kind of like a fox. I don't know. She's like small and orange and fluffy.
Sounds cute. Love it.
Adorable.
But she has a demon within.
Oh.
So she might be a fox.
Are demons in this universe?
There's Devimon, who's a
Okay.
devil.
There's Gunmon.
and
Guns.
so they're able to, for a brief moment, reunite May and Makomon.
Okay.
And they discover that she has a digivice. She's another Digidestined.
Oh, shit.
They
Oh.
haven't met her before. So we get
Oh.
a new character, May, who is the shy, bookish girl. She's got
Okay. I
bangs
haven't
had one of those
and
yet, yep.
glasses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and also Mimi shows up from America. She was able to get in. She was going to surprise them all by just showing up, but thank goodness she's here because all this Digimon stuff's happening now. And she's just going to their school now, which I don't really know. She just like shows up and she's like, "Yeah, I just go to your school now."
I have a lot of money. Like,
She
I
can do
just
whatever
kind
the
of
hell
do
she
what I
wants,
want.
So again, rising action, no more action anymore. Now we just have kids. They're all just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
They're learning about their new friend May and Makomon. They're all going to school. Mimi is trying to do this fundraiser thing for the school, and I only put this in there because it's weird, but she comes up with this idea to do like a American style maid cafe thing, which is just
Do we have
which is
those?
just which yeah, it's
Some
called Hooters.
McDonald's.
Oh God.
And so she has all her classmates dress up in like
Hooters
cheerleader
outfits?
outfits. Yeah,
Oh,
and then they like serve them like waitresses and stuff like that. So this
I mean,
one was
2016?
weird.
This is
on the one hand-
2016.
On the one hand, that's terrible. On the other hand, they do the maid cafes there that are also
That's different,
terrible.
though.
It's just,
Exactly. So
it's just a changed and terrible theming.
so
Oh,
it's
dear.
crazy. But Mimi is trying to like bring May into their like circle, and she's like shy. And she's like, I'm dressed up like a cheerleader. It's so embarrassing. All that kind of like bullshit high school stuff. They're all like working through their emotions and things like that.
Mhm.
And then so the Digimon are in the real world now. That's the big
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
And so they're doing the thing that they always do where they're like trying to disguise them like plushies or like put like a hat and a trench coat on Agumon like he's a different person and like shit like that. And it like generally works.
That man is just 3 Digimon in a trench coat.
Right. And so they're
situations,
they're having their like school festival where they're doing this like, cheerleader thing, and then they're also having like a cosplay contest and stuff, and all the Digimon are like, we're so bored in here, we want to go and like be part of the cosplay contest. And so they win
God.
obviously because they like look like Digimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Makomon is like feeling a sense of community that she's never felt before because May and Makomon have been like really isolated. That's their whole thing, is they were digi-destined, but they didn't have
Couldn't
any
find
friends. They
anyone.
didn't have the power of
Yeah.
friendship like the rest of the Digidestined have. It was just the two of them. And so they got this really, I'll say, unhealthy, codependent relationship with each other.
Okay.
And so like May's freaking out whenever she can't find Makomon, and Makomon is like wanting to
Separation
explore
anxiety.
like friendship and stuff,
Yeah.
but she's she's got this darkness within. We still don't totally understand it.
Side note, Makomon is very cute. Looked it up.
Yes.
Adorable.
Yeah. So like Fox.
Super cute.
While this is happening, we also have Joe and Gomamon are Joe did not fight during this whole big thing with Alphamon.
Yeah. He's busy studying.
Right. And he was like, I don't want to go out there and do that. And Gomamon's like, Joe, if this happens, if Digimon keep coming and fighting in the real world, you have to fight back. And he's like, I just don't want to do that, Gomamon. And he's like, Joe, I can't support you just sitting back and doing nothing while all my other friends, my Digimon friends, are like putting their lives on the line and fighting on them. So like, I have to go do this even if you're not going to join me. And he's like, fine, then you'll have to go do it by yourself.
Oh.
And so Joe and
shit.
Joe and Gomamon kind of have this falling out.
Oh my God.
And while all this like student festival stuff is happening, Makomon goes missing. People keep coming after Makomon. We don't know why, but Makomon seems to be important to something.
Someone.
We don't know what. There's also this mysterious older woman. Not older like old, but older just like our age, I think, compared to the children.
Yeah.
She's like a
Those
business
30-year-old women.
and she has
Always up to no good.
She has some sort of vested interest in these Digidestin. We don't know what her deal is yet. Makomon seems to be like the eye of the storm to all this like stuff that's happening. This Alphamon thing, all these portals opening up. Like we think it has something to do with Makomon, but what's going on? Makomon is almost about to get kidnapped by an old foe.
Oh.
Do you remember in Digimon Adventure 2 when I said that Ken, who was one of the fallen Digidestined,
Yes.
turned himself into, he called himself the Digimon Emperor and was
Yes.
trying to like take over the digital realm.
Yes.
The Digimon Emperor is back, and he
Wait.
is trying to kidnap Makomon by opening these digital portals and sending one of his Digimon through the portal to steal Makomon and pull her back into the digital realm.
Okay.
Is it Ken or?
Is it?
I don't. I asked you.
It looks just like him. But who knows in the digital realm, right? So anyway,
Oh my god.
Makomon's getting
Interesting.
kidnapped. And who saves the day other than our good friend Leomon? You guys remember Leomon? Everyone loves Leomon.
A lion one?
He's a lion Digimon.
Yeah.
He's died many times. But
Yeah.
but again, Digimon never die. They just get
No,
reborn.
reset,
So
yeah.
Leomon seems to, I'm pretty sure he died at one point, but he's back now as
Oh,
Leomon.
thank God.
And if you recall, the digital realm got reformatted at one point
Yes.
because it
Yep,
was like,
I
yeah.
remember that.
and so I think that like brought a bunch of the dead Digimon back, including Leomon.
Just
He's
revived
back.
everyone. Yeah.
Leomon has a weirdly sexually charged desire to keep Makomon safe. I don't know if it's because
Right.
she's also sort of cat-like. I don't know if they're dating, but he is like, Makomon, I will always protect you. And I'm like, Leomon, dude, get a room,
Whoa.
brother.
Well, if I recall
The
right,
furries.
isn't Leomon like he just has a lion head and then like
A
rockin'
man's
abs?
body, correct. A powerful
Okay.
man's body.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, I was like, I think these two have history for sure. Anyway, he is trying to protect her, but as he does, his face shifts into an evil face.
Oh,
Oh,
and
no.
this scares Makomon, and she's like, "No,
this
stay
not-
away from me."
is this
stay
not
away from me,
actually
Leomon.
Leomon then?
We don't know what's going on. Everything's being strange. The Digimon Emperor is here. He's trying to capture Makomon. Leomon's trying to stop him, but he's got this like strange altered face, and then it like goes back to normal when it like cuts back to him. And she's like freaking out. Makomon is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna get out of here.
I don't
And
like
May
this.
is like,
Bad vibes. Bad vibes.
and May
Yeah.
May is like, Makomon, chill out. What are you doing? And she's like freaking out. And as she freaks out, she just stabs Leomon right in the stomach and and kills him. He's dead now.
Again?
No, Leomon, no!
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead again.
Okay.
Because-
Interesting.
God,
Because
how
of-
could she even get through those rock hard abs?
Because Makomon has gone full like berserker mode. Her
Uh-oh.
like eyes have completely changed, and she is like given into this darkness within her. And the Digimon Emperor is like, very good, Makomon. You're doing exactly what I wanted you to. And all the other Digimon show up to try and like save her, and they're like, no, we're trying to, we gotta like fix all this, and it's like going crazy. Makomon is going berserk. Ken's, the Digimon Emperor, has Imperial Dramon, which is a really strong Digimon from the previous series as well.
Okay.
Imperial Dramon is going crazy on everything, and it's bad. It's as bad as it can go now. Everything was just fine. They were at their little like school festival, and now everything has gone to shit again.
This is all occurring while they're in Hooters outfits.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so like the girls are out of it. They don't know what's happening, and it's like we don't know what to do. And it's Kari who is like running around looking for help, and she sees Keto Joe, and he's just like sulking on outside somewhere. And she's like, "What's wrong, Joe?" And he's like, "It's just Gomamon wants to fight everyone, and I don't want to fight." And she's like, "Listen, Joe, I get that you don't want to fight, but like, this is what Gomamon wants to do, and if you still have to support him. You're still friends, even though you have different things." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess you're right. I just feel like we're drifting apart and blah 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 blah." And then then they get this like notification that they're like, Makomon's going crazy, and Imperial Dramon's coming out and killing everybody, and like we're having a bad time right now. And then Joe's like, "Gomamon, he's in danger," and then they all like run back to
Aw.
it or whatever. And then Joe shows back up, and he's like, "Gomamon, I'm sorry that I was so hesitant. I just don't want to fight anymore, but like I'll still support you. We're still friends. I'm never gonna leave your side." And he's like, "Joe, that's what I was waiting here." Boom, Digimon.
Aw.
Except they don't actually do the cool old Digivolution song, even though I wish they would. But Gomamon digivolves. But then something even crazier happens.
Oh no.
Now, you remember in the original series, all of the Digimon learned how to digivolve to their champion levels when their bond was strong enough with their
Yep,
Digimon
yep.
partner,
Yeah.
and they were able to use their digivice. And then they would use the power of the crests to digivolve further into Ultimate once they sort of inhabited the like virtue that their crest was all about.
Yep.
Then, using the power of Angemon and Angewomon, they were able to digivolve Tai and Matt's Digimon even further beyond.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the hope and the arrows of hope and light will pierce those that they care for most, and a miracle will happen. And then they're able to digivolve into the mega level.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so since then, only since then, and then those two, you know, DNA digivolve even further together.
Right.
But since then, we've still only had that it was only Agumon and Gabumon who could digivolve into the mega stage as War Greymon and War Garurumon.
Yes. But
now,
oh shit.
Joe's care for Gomamon, they're developing adult relationship. Not that of a
sounds
child.
weird when you said it that way, but
No. The emotionally responsive new updated bond with each other has allowed Gomamon to go beyond.
Oh.
And now Gomamon evolves into his ultimate level, but he now digivolves again into the mega level. That's right.
Shit.
Gomamon now becomes Vikingmon. Vikingmon. He's
Like
a
a
big
Viking.
man.
Hell
with
yeah.
with a
That's pretty
thunder
dope.
hammer. It's
Hell yeah.
awesome.
That's great.
And they're like, whoa, our other than the two, our Digimon have never digivolved to Ultimate before. And this also makes Mimi and Palmon, who are like, hey, we have to help. It's like, yeah, we're not just girls who stand on the sideline. We get stuff done. And Palmon
Like Hooters.
also digivolves into her Ultimate, which is it Petalmon? I think that like sexy girl. There's the one that's like the sexy girl flower one.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, it's Lilymon. That's right. Lilymon is, when you're a kid, you're like, whoa, she's really pretty. I like the Lilymon one. Well, Lilymon's going to digivolve again into Ultimate. And she's going to digivolve into Rosemon. And then as a man, you're like, whoa, she's crazy sexy. It's insane how sexy this Digimon is. She's like a rose flower Digimon, but her tits are out. And her attack move is called Forbidden Temptation. It's insane what these new Digimon are like. These aren't your dad's Digimon. These are cool, sexy new Digimon that are
these
Vikings
Digimon
and hot lady.
fuck.
They do fuck for sure. So two of the Digimon have digivolved into Mega for the first time ever. This is crazy. The kids are still unlocking new powers, even though
That's
they're
awesome.
like they're starting to get older.
That's great.
They're able to fend off the threat from Imperial Dramon and from this dark Makomon.
Is Makomon still in her rookie stage and like cute and tiny?
Makomon changes as she gets more powerful, but she doesn't ever digivolve, and they kind of bring that up. They kind of bring that up later. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
She is like going off, and she's like gone through this digital portal, and she's like gone now. She has like fully raged out, and she gets separated from May. And they're like trying to console May, and they're trying to figure out what to do next and all this stuff. And so the Digi-Destined have a new goal. They're trying to stop Makomon from like making everything go haywire, because the digital devices are still going insane. Izzy goes like, okay, I have figured it out, because that's my whole deal. There is a computer virus that is going around.
Oh, beans.
Okay.
The crazed Digimon that attacked us had been infected with this virus. The insect ones from earlier.
Okay.
So I think maybe Leomon also had this virus, which is why he like went crazy for a second.
Okay.
And it seems like the source is coming from Makomon. She has this virus within her that is coming out. And it seems like the Digimon Emperor is like kind of suss it out with these actions of being like, yeah, be more evil, Makomon. Come on.
You've got the evil virus, I can tell.
And so Izzy's like, we have to keep our Digimon isolated so that hopefully the virus
quarantine.
won't. We got to quarantine our Digimon so that the virus won't spread to them. Okay. And this is when we get to the part where like Izzy's trying to like figure this stuff out. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I should have been able to figure this out. I should have like known what's going on. So he's trying to like figure all these things out, and he's like keeping the Digimon separate in their own like private server kind of thing. And they keep getting restless and they want to go out, and the Digidestin keep like visiting them, and they because they want to see their Digimon and all that stuff. And one time TK comes and visits the Digimon, and he looks at Patamon, and Patamon's face goes evil.
Oh
And
no!
and
Not Patamon!
Patamon bites him and like draws
Patamon,
blood
no!
from him, and
No!
he's just like, shh, it's okay, Patamon. It's like as he's like biting him, it's like it's okay. And so he's hiding it from the rest of the Digidestin. He doesn't want them to know that Patamon has been infected with this virus that turns him evil.
No.
And so he convinces everyone, he's like, hey, if there is a virus, maybe it's better if we each take our Digimon separately and like keep them apart from each other that way, because he doesn't want Patamon to infect the other ones. And they're like, I don't know if that makes sense. They'll be all spread out. And he's just like, I just think we should do it. Let's just go. And then so he brings Patamon back to his house, and all the other Digidestin take their Digimon. And so they're all having time with their Digimon. And then that's where we get all this like kind of emotional development stuff of like, the Digimon are like, hey, you remember your childhood mirth, and they're like, things are different now, and all this other stuff. And they're trying to figure out what to do with this virus. And like TK is like, Patamon, he's like, he doesn't want to tell Patamon about it because Patamon like kind of loses consciousness and like goes evil for a second.
Yeah.
This is where
Poor Patamon.
This is where this whole series got to me then, because Patamon just looks at TK and he's like, I'm infected, aren't I? And he's like,
Oh.
yeah, I think so. And he's like, TK, if the time comes and I go crazy from this virus, you have to destroy me. And he's like, Patamon, what? And he's like, I'm not afraid to die, TK. I'm just happy to have spent my life with you. And I'm like, well, Patamon, you're not afraid of death? You're just like, no,
Holy
I'll
shit.
do anything for you.
Oh my
And
god,
almost like-
Patamon.
Also like Leomon's died like 4 times, so
Patamon
be revived.
Patamon straight up is like, I am not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of letting you down, TK. So you have to put me down if I turn evil.
Listen, if I die, I will come back. When you die, you're gone forever. Nothing happens to you. It's a dark void after your death.
I think that this is one of the reason people really like the Digimon series, is because the Digimon at their very core are like, I know that scary things are going to happen, but I want you to know that nothing is more important to you than our friendship, and therefore, no matter what happens, you have to just like, we're here to help you. Us Digimon, we will not let you down. I will die for you. I will become infected for you. I'll do whatever it takes. Patamon's like, TK, I'm not afraid. Don't be afraid for me. We had our time together. If this is the end, then so be it. But do not hesitate to put me down. And I was like, oh, holy shit, Patamon, you are going so hard with it right now.
Oh my god.
And as he's like doing the speech, it's like cutting around to like the other Digidestin who are hanging out with their Digimon and stuff. And you can see Agumon's eyes. They glitch for a second.
Oh,
and
no.
we see Tentamon, and he's got the little glitches within him and stuff. And we're led to believe that perhaps all of our Digimon friends have been infected with this virus.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that they can seem to do
indeed.
with them. And so the kids don't know that all their Digimon are infected. Only TK knows so far. And they're trying to like figure out what to do next. And they're trying to figure out next steps. And TK's already in this like, I think we should just spend all the time we can with our Digimon. I don't think we should think about it too much.
Oh no.
And as they're trying to figure out what to do, Kari, again, it's Kairi in Japanese, but Kari gets this phone call, and she's like, moshi mosh, and then she does the thing where she like listens for a second, and she just drops her phone and she starts walking. And as the kids are all like trying to figure out like what to do with their Digimon, Kairi just shows up, and she's like, full on like medium exorcist kind of thing, and she's like, "Hi, it's me. I'm homeostasis. I
Holy shit.
am. I'm kind of like a god. Anyway, this virus that's infecting the digital world is a big problem.
Mhm.
It is going to destroy the digital world and also destroy all of your human digital things. I'm
Oh, that's a
homeostasis.
problem.
I'm homeostasis. I'm really not a big fan of that. I want to keep things together, and so I'm going to do this thing called a reboot. And it is going to what's the word? Make all your Digimon forget that they've ever known you. But it's really the
Oh,
only way to like
no.
restart the digital world, and it's the only way to save your digital devices in our digital world. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm homeostasis. See ya.
Peace out. Okay.
Man.
At least she's communicating.
And as this happens, that mysterious older woman who's been watching them, she intervenes. She is like, "Hi, hello."
I'm
Hi, God.
homeostasis.
She says, "My name is Himikawa-san. I work for an organization that monitors the digital realm, because we know about the digital realm. It's not new. You're not the first Digidestined. You are just the latest ones."
The best ones. Well, not even the
And
latest ones.
and Himikawa's like, "I know about this homeostasis stuff. And I'm here to tell you that I think this reboot is a good thing. You guys need to just like get on board with this, and this is the only way that we can save the digital realm. Yada yada yada. Whatever. She wants the reboot. She tells the kids about this like reboot thing that's gonna happen, and she's like, "Your Digimon are gonna forget that you ever existed." But c'est la vie. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Only way to save him.
So Izzy's like, "No, this is not. I'm not cool with this. I don't want to give up my digital partner." He's like, "I will create a backup realm in the digital world. We'll put our Digimon into it, and then they'll remember us. They will like survive this reboot process
But
because
they'll still have the virus.
homeostasis started the reboot.
Oh no.
Oh, already.
It's
And
already begun.
It's already in progress. When
Right.
Kyrie was telling them about it, it's like a courtesy call. He's like, "I'm just doing it. I'm not asking you permission. I'm God or
We're
whatever.
doing
I'm just
that,
Yeah.
rebooting this whole thing."
It's really nice when God does that. He's
Yeah, just
like,
giving you a
"Hey,
heads up.
I just want you to know a big flood is coming. I'm going to do it. Like, you should build a boat, but it's happening
do
whether
you,
you
man.
do or not."
We also get a bunch of lore here about the world. This is where again it's a little amorphous, the whole gods thing comes up. But Himikawa explains that they could have done a reboot earlier, but a reboot is dangerous because when digital devices were created in the real realm, it created this kind of gap in what they call the quantum sea. And within the quantum sea lies all possible realities or whatever the fuck. And from the quantum sea sprouted the digital realm. That was Demiurge's whole thing.
Yeah.
Is he like
Yeah.
created the digital realm out of the quantum sea.
Okay.
And she was like, if we just get rid of the digital world, it could create a void in this quantum sea that would like collapse and it would be destroyed forever, and it would like ruin all our digital devices, and it could affect the real world. Like, we don't know. It's like a crazy metaphysical thing. But now they're like, okay, well, this is the only option that we have, is to do this like reboot thing. So,
Okay.
I guess consequences be damned. We didn't do it before because it was scary, but now we're like, yeah, we'll just do it.
We're gonna have to.
Better than the alternative with this whole virus thing. And so I completely
dear.
forgot about this. I was really excited to talk about this. Izzy finally figures out what's going on with this virus. Why is this virus affecting them? He is looking at the code, and he was like, our regular world is based on a certain like base number system, basically. The digital world is based on their like digital number system.
Mm-hmm.
The reason this virus is so destructive is because it has this new base system. And he's looking at this like
Like base
binary
16?
code. he's looking at this binary code and there's 2s in it. And
Oh
he's
shit!
like, "This is-"
Oh shit! It's
He's
in
like,
base 3.
wait, no, this can't be. This is like a different code than anything. The digital world's not ready for 2. And so he's like, that's what it is. It's this like virus thing. And that's when he's able to develop the backup. He's like, I can get rid of this like weird like virulent code within our Digimon. We can put them in the backup and they'll survive this like weird digital virus that puts 2s into binary.
So we're
And
putting it back to base 2 instead of base 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And he was like, and the way that I've had it is even if our Digimon are infected, it'll only back up their valid parts that don't have this virulent code. So when they
'Cause you're
restore,
only
they won't
focusing
have
on
the
binary code.
they
Yeah.
won't have that
All
code
right.
anymore.
All right.
And so now they have a new plan. It's to get all their Digimon into this backup when the reboot happens. Because again, they just have like this big countdown timer. And so there's
Right.
like this reboot is happening one way or another.
Yeah.
And while this is happening, Makomon is going crazy because she presumably does not want this backup to happen because she's kind of spreading this virus, and this would reset the virus. And also the Digimon Emperor is trying to like accommodate this as well. So she's
Fucking
fighting all of the she's fighting all of the Digidestined Digimon while this is happening. And we have this again, we're back to rising action. They have this like cube and they're like, you have to get the Digimon in the cube. They want to try and get Makomon inside the cube as well because it will cure her virus. She won't have the virulent code anymore. And when they reboot, she'll still have will still have Makomon. And she,
Right.
again, like May's part of their group now. She's another Digidestined. They're trying to save Makomon with this whole backup thing.
Yeah.
Makomon keeps getting stronger and stronger. She's not digivolving, but she is like evolving in a way that they're like, she just keeps getting stronger. We don't know how to keep up
More
with her.
2s.
Those
There's so many
twos, man.
2s
There's
in her.
Too many 2s.
We have maybe one of the best fights in this whole thing because it is the Digimon. They're trying to get Makomon into this backup cube. Alphamon shows up. He's trying to do stuff. The Digimon are trying to all fight, but they're not strong enough to deal with all of this stuff. And as they get ready to form Omnimon, they're like, we got to do Omnimon again. Alphamon's here. It's time to fight. War Greymon and Metal Garurumon, their virus takes over. They start to fight against the other.
Oh no!
Oh no!
All of the Digimon are falling to this virus.
No.
And so only the like non-taken over Digimon, like Angemon and Angewomon and Iggy's Digimon, Tentamon, whatever he turns into. They're like the ones holding out towards the end, and then it's taking over all of them. And this reboot is like happening, and they're not able to get any of the Digimon into the cube. And now they're in like the real world, and they're like, you can't be in the real world when the reboot happens. You won't like reboot with the rest of the digital world. You'll be gone forever and all that stuff. And they're all just like fighting. They're going crazy because of this virus. And then as this happens, Izzy is just like, I thought I figured this out. I thought I could do it. And Tentamon's like, Izzy, you gotta promise me you're never gonna stop loving learning. And he's like, what are you talking about, Tentamon? And he's like, I'm gonna do my best here, but you know, if I don't see each other again, so be it. And then Tentamon is able to evolve past his ultimate form. And he's able to achieve his mega form, which is Hercules Kabuterimon.
Fuck yeah!
Where he turns into a Hercules beetle.
Okay.
And he's fighting back all these other infected Digimon. And there's this point where they're all like going crazy on him, and they're all like, you know, everyone's like fighting each other, and he just grabs all of them. And he's like, look at yourselves. This will be our last moment with our friends. Is this how you want them to remember you? And then as he says that, all of the Digimon get like a brief moment of clarity as they like look at their Digidestin, and Hercules Mon is just like pushing them all through the digital portal. And he's like, now let's go back to our world. And he's like, oh, look at yourselves. And they're all just like, you're right, Hercules Mon. We've been fools. And then as he gets them all back through the portal, then just the reboot happens, and all of the digital world just goes away.
Oh shit.
And all of them are just like gone now. And they're like, well, the digital world got rebooted. There's no like portals or anything left to it.
Yeah.
Presumably the virus is gone, and now the kids are just without their Digimon.
Oh.
It was like a crazy midway point. That's the middle of the series.
I figured. Yeah. Because you got
Yeah,
new people
yeah.
at the end of it, so.
It was Ethan. You would have loved this scene of just this brand new strong beetle Digimon holding all the rest and being like, "Look at yourselves."
That does sound like my kind of drama.
This is trying to remember back to previous recordings. Has it?
Mhm.
Wasn't there a pseudo reset though back
That
in
was-
series 2?
That was a
'Cause-
reformat. That was slightly
Okay.
different. This is a
that was just a
reboot.
reformatting of the hard
Correct.
drive.
Exactly.
This is a
this
reboot.
this
Okay.
one they turned it off and on again, and
Oh,
when they
shit.
came back on,
They
the
unplugged it and
Digimon-
plugged it back in
the
after 30
Digimon do
seconds.
not know who they are. Although
God.
none of that weird stuff that they said was a danger to happen did happen. That was all smoke and mirrors. They just rebooted the digital world and it's fine now.
Oh,
Although
okay.
it is in a new state in a way.
okay. Well, version whatever,
Okay.
I presume. 2.0.3.
Yeah. We're going to
Okay.
skip over a lot of the kids being sad and introspecting and all that stuff because their Digimon are gone. And eventually they are like, if there's any chance that we can find our Digimon again, I would take it. And that's when Himikawa's like, because they had tried, like, again, remember the last time they were locked out of the digital world, they had the D3s, and it was like, oh, the D3s can help us get in. They're like, no, D3s don't work. Digivices don't work.
Yeah.
Izzy can't open a portal. There's like no way to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Izzy's
They-
probably working his butt off too, trying to figure out.
They
Yeah,
were
can I
Himikawa.
sideline us with a question here?
Sure, go for it.
Do the second gen kids care about their Digimon at all, or are they just
I
like
had completely thought of that as well. I was like, there's other you've met other Digidestined all around the world in the previous one. You know that
Mhm.
every other Digidestined right now is like, oh, wait, oh my God, my Digimon is gone and doesn't remember me? What? When did this happen? I was also thinking that the whole time. I was like, what? Everyone's Digimon's just gone?
Yeah.
God?
That's a
God
crazy
only
thing that
wanted
just
to let
happened.
these ones know.
And,
God
like,
was like,
some-
the rest of them will figure it
And
out.
as they say, there's like new Digidestined all the time. They just like started to learn their Digimon and all of a sudden they're just gone. This is devastating. It's really sad,
Yeah.
all in all.
I mean, I would
And-
headcanon that maybe homeostasis can show up in multiple places at once.
Don't worry, friend. They fix it later. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know
would've-
that you would
who
be
would've
thinking
thought?
about how sad it was the whole time because I was thinking about how sad it was the whole time I was watching it, but they do fix it later, so it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
The kids are the Digidestined are like, if there's anything we could do to see our Digimon again, I would do it. And then Himikawa's like, we might be able to combine your Digivices with a bunch of technology, with a bunch of your crest powers, maybe to
Okay.
reopen the portal, the same kind of portal that you opened when you were kids. Because remember, they didn't do any of that on purpose. They got like
No.
isekai'd into the digital realm as children.
Yeah.
They were
They're
like,
computers.
yeah,
right?
they were like,
Yeah.
we can recreate that original event with you guys
Okay.
because you already did that before.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, we'll do it. We will go again. And then I was like, yeah, why would they be worried at all? They did this as kids. And then in the show, they were like, why would we be worried at all? We did this as kids. And I was like, okay, so they're on the same page as me.
we're all okay.
They're going to recreate. Okay, and then this is where we get to my other thesis statement. This is all just nostalgia bait. They're literally like, we're going to recreate us going into the
God.
digital realm, like from the beginning of the series. We're going to go into the digital realm. We're going to find our Digimon, and we're
Mhm.
going to reintroduce ourselves to them,
Aww.
and we're still going to love them. Even if they
Cute.
don't remember us, we remember
Aw.
them, and that bond is
Yeah.
important. And
Aw.
so they create this portal. And I think there was some hangups. It was May. May was like, I can't follow you guys. I wasn't there originally. And Makomon went crazy and she was like fully virus. I don't even know if she's there anymore. She's like, I can't do it. I literally can't see her. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Too much grief.
But
yeah.
then the rest of the kids are like, we'll go in. We did it before. We'll do it again. We're running it back, baby. Let's get in that portal. And this is, I think, the biggest miss of the whole series. Because if you remember the intro of the original Digimon series, like the actual
They should've
intro
just
title
played that.
card, they were just like floating through the air. It was like them.
And then they
It
spin.
was like, it was like, exactly. It was them going through the portal.
Everything spinning is good.
And in this show, they open up this portal. It's just like a big, pillar of light, and they're just like tumbling through it. And I'm like, oh, they're tumbling through it. Like when they were kids, they're gonna do the Digimon song. They're gonna be like, duh, Digimon.
That would have been very good.
And they didn't do that. And I was like, dude, if you would have had that, there would have been people on the internet saying this is the best piece of media ever. It was so amazing. Like, I would have cried if I saw them just like tumbling back through the portal and it was just like Digimon.
That's
Digimon.
you would have seen the YouTube short of that scene.
Actually,
like, all the
Digimon
time.
is the best of all of the things ever.
I'm assuming that might be chalked up to localization things.
Yeah,
also.
I think it might have
Because I'm
been.
Probably,
assuming that
but-
Digimon song was an American thing.
I was gonna
not
say, I thought it was
the original Japanese.
my original.
Okay, now I need to look this up.
I was gonna say the first thing I had in my mind was it was a rights thing, which I was like, I'm so broken as a person. I was like, oh, they probably couldn't get the original Digimon song because of rights or something. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It was just sad not to hear it, is all I'm saying. But whatever. At a certain point in the series, the new Digi-Evolution song becomes a bit nostalgic as well, just because you're seeing it constantly. Because again,
Yeah.
it's playing like 4 or 5 times an episode.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, the important research done. The Japanese one was definitely not as iconic, but it was like it's still fine. It's
they
still
could have
fun.
done it right.
They're right. The Japanese fans would probably also have been like, "Oh yeah."
Old Digimon. But this is great. We're going back to the digital realm. The original Digidestined are all traveling into a new Digiportal. And they're going to go find their Digimon, hell or high water. After this reboot, they just want to see their Digimon again.
Yeah.
May is not coming with them. She's too sad and shy and like kind of like PTSD a little. She has kind of that going on.
She has been born into this series only to suffer.
It really is
Basically.
crazy how rough it is for her and Mekomon. Okay, as they get into the newly rebooted digital realm, they're like, oh, this is weird. Everything feels so different here than it did before.
Mhm.
But also they see up in the sky, it's Alphamon. What the,
Oh,
the
shit.
fuck? Alphamon
Fuck
should have
that
got
guy.
Alphamon should have got rebooted. What's going on? He is in combat with another Night Digimon.
Is it
Oh,
Omegamon?
Again, Izzy. No, it's not Omegamon.
Oh, okay.
Izzy is got the Digidex out, and he's like, "Oh, that's also a new Digimon. I'll call him Jessmon."
What?
His name's Jessmon.
Okay.
That's garbage.
It's like
Why?
I've seen it formatted capital J, capital E, capital S, Mon. So I don't know
Jesus-mon?
if it's like a
Acronym?
I don't know if it's an abbreviation, right, or something like
Yeah.
that. But his name's
Right,
Jessmon.
just pick like Gammamon or something. Just keep
Delta.
going with your
Like, just
theming
Greek-
that you built up.
Greek alphabet.
Oh, while we're on the topic of new Digimon, I should say that there has also been this little like robot doggy Digimon with a cape that's been showing up every once in a while.
What?
Okay.
He hasn't been relevant because he's mostly talked to these side characters like Himikawa and like all the adult characters. He's been talking like
Okay.
to the Association of Digimon Researchers or whatever. And he's just like, I am like a what's the word? I'm like the mouthpiece of homeostasis.
God of
No,
God.
Yeah, basically. He's like, I'm just here to
God
let
is
you
a dog.
I am.
He's like, I'm just here to let you know what homeostasis is thinking. He's gonna do this reboot. He's gonna do this other stuff. It's just, I just want you to know that you can't stop it. Homeostasis is gonna do it. Like he
So
just
he's
shows up to tell them that.
Homeostasis press
This-
secretary.
This
Yes.
cute little boy just comes up and says, "I am the mouth of God, and I am here to tell
Ethan,
you." to
what
come
do you
back."
cape,
think this
with a
guy's
cape.
name is? This
Oh, he
little,
said
this little
he's-
robot. He's a robot dog with a cape, and he is the mouthpiece of homeostasis.
God.
God.
Exactly.
Yeah, there it is. Got him on.
If
Got
you
him
got
on.
it somehow, I would exalt you as an amazing
No,
lore master.
I feel like this is gonna be something really good that I just want to enjoy hearing you say.
This little dog's name is Hackmon. He is there. He is there to tell them kind of what's going on.
Sucks.
Now, does this little
Fucking
robot
Hackmon.
dog look like those like mechanical robot pet dogs you could get in like 2002?
Oh my god.
He's got the like dinosaur mouth that kind of all of them do, but it's like
Okay.
metallic.
Oh, okay.
But
so it's not
white,
like a
it's
2001
like white
nostalgia.
metal. No, he's like
Okay.
cool and like modern
Okay.
and stuff. But he also just like appears out of the portals and he's just like, homeostasis wants me to tell you that this is gonna happen. Just so you know. Anyway, later, and he like goes back
Peace.
through the portal.
Peace out.
I mentioned him only because he's been like shown kind of like watching everything, and like he'll show up and talk to Himikawa every once in a while and like give some exposition to the kids every once in a while.
Oh, he's
So
cool
if-
looking. Side note.
Yeah, I like him. I do like him. Like I thought the first time you see him, he's just in a shadowy corner of a room, and I was like laughing out loud at how silly that was for like an adult human to just all of a sudden see this like crazy creature in the corner, and it's like
Yeah.
homeostasis has plans for the future of the digital realm, and it's like okay, cool.
Because I was originally thinking of like this is just like a little metallic like wiener dog with like a cape on it.
No,
It's
he's
actually
No,
pretty
this
close
is
to
like
that.
legit.
Yeah,
but
he's-
like he's
I mean,
not a
he's
wiener
a
dog.
very
he's, like, cool
Digimon
looking.
themed.
Anyway,
Very Digimon
He's
themed.
really
Anyway,
cool. Highly
zoop,
recommend.
Anyway, zoop, 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 zoop. We go back to the rebooted digital realm, and Alphamon is fighting this other new guy, Jesmon. And
Sucks.
they're going at it, and the kids are like, "Holy shit! What is all this? Shouldn't Alphamon have been rebooted? Who's this new guy, Jesmon? Is he part of the digital realm? Like, what's going on here?" They're running around, and then this part actually did almost make me cry when they're like lost in the woods and they don't know where to go, and then they just hear this like whistle from the woods, and that's from the original one. Remember when like in the Digimon Adventure movie, the like OG one, that's how they would like call Koromon Koromon, which is Agumon's baby form.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is they would like blow a whistle for him, and then when they were trying to like be like, Agumon, you have to wake up, and then they blow the big whistle, and then they're so like the whistle's like the theme of the whole thing, and they
Aw.
blow the whistle to like wake Agumon up, and then he like digivolves into Greymon and all that stuff. And now they hear this like whistle out from the distance, and they're like, oh, I bet that's Agumon, and then like go chase after it, and I'm like, oh, it's like from the
Eh.
original one. You have to
I-
know the original movie for that to even like make sense. But if you do know it, you're like, oh, the whistle thing.
I don't remember that part, but I do find it fucking adorable.
It's,
Just how like they got that nostalgia hook. They got it like right
Yeah.
in you.
It was like Greymon was being defeated in the original movie, and then like baby Kari had her little whistle because like I guess that's what Japanese parents give their babies so that they can like find them. And then Tai was like, Greymon, you gotta wake up. You like the whistle, I'll blow the whistle. And he blows the whistle, and then Greymon wakes up and like beats the shit out of Parrotmon. And then they do it again for this because they're babies again. And then so they go find them, and they find all their Digimon partners. They're all in their baby
Aw.
forms.
Aw.
And then they're like, Digimon, we're here. And they're all, but the Digimon are scared this time because they
Oh.
don't know who they are.
And these are
Aw.
adults.
And these are like, these are teens. These are a bunch of teens, and they're like,
These aren't
Who are you?
children.
So we're gonna skip through a lot of the thing, just because it's mostly it's the whole like it's a classic trope, the like getting to know you trope of someone that you already know kind of thing.
51st dates.
It mostly goes off without a hitch. A lot of the kids connect back with their Digimon again. I would say Kari is most successful, because she's kind of the most like gentle, like let them come to me kind of person, and that
Mhm.
works well when they don't remember who you are. Tai and
So Tai
Agumon
had a rough
also
time.
Tai and Agumon also get together pretty quickly because
Oh,
again,
okay.
Agumon's whole thing is he's like a hungry boy. He's like silly. He doesn't think too far ahead, and so this
Okay.
guy that's feeding him, he's like,
He's like,
yeah, I
"Hell
like
yeah.
you.
This
Yeah,
is
I like
great."
you, Tai. A lot of the other Digimon are kind of like tsundere with their partners and stuff like that.
How is Joe faring?
I was
Because
gonna
him
say
and his mom are
Joe.
having a falling out, and
Joe does pretty well. Izzy does really well because he remembers what Hercules Beetlemon or whatever the fuck that I call him was. Hercules Kabuterimon, and he was like,
Yep.
he remembered what he said to him as his like last words, and so he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, would you teach me about your new digital world? I've never been
Aw.
here before." And so like they
Aw.
start to bond
Cute.
over their level of learning and stuff like that.
That's
Um,
adorable.
the biggest hang up is Sora and Picomon or whatever the fuck the bird one is.
Tailmon.
Tail.
Nope. Biomon. Because if you recall, Sora's personality when she met her original partner Digimon was girl.
Yes.
But her personality has become mothering.
Mom.
And so Biomon is like, why are you like up in my business about everything? Why are you like trying to like control my life? Like just chill out, because she's not used to her partner being like up in her face and stuff all the time. She was used to her partner just being like a ditzy girl that was like
Just
doing girl stuff.
passive and in the background.
Yeah. And so she's like, I don't really want to hang out with you. You keep saying that you're like my mom and I don't know you, and like go away. And so
Yeah.
she's actually having a lot of troubles reconnecting with Biomon. That's really the like main conflict for a while. May gets transported into the digital realm somehow. Obviously, she needs to show up there.
Yeah.
Biomon's actually like connecting with May more than she is with Sora, which is like kind of getting under Sora's skin. Like she's like, oh, my Digimon doesn't like me. Everyone else's Digimon still likes them, even though they don't remember them. Like, what's going on with that? Obviously, Makomon is like, oh, Makomon's still there. She has all of her memories still somehow.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
She's looking for May. She doesn't see May with the original Digidestin, and she's like,
Oh.
oh, she abandoned me. Great. Love that. I don't have any issues around that.
No.
And then
Oh,
when
no.
and then she's still like kind of skulking around, and she sees that Biomon and May are kind of like bonding a little bit more, and she's
Oh.
like, okay, so she doesn't even give a shit about me. Cool. I love this. This is great. I don't have a complex about this or anything. Whatever.
Oh no.
God, this is the best. This is classic '90s drama.
I'm
where
gonna
like
say,
the,
yeah,
the
I just
plot
wanna
centers around.
of a non-communication. Yeah, I know. I just want to skip over most of this because like it won't matter eventually, as I kind of already spoiled, but also just like I'm not a big fan of this whole trope of this like I don't remember you, but it's mass amnesia basically. It's just not that interesting. While this is all happening, we still see the Digimon Emperor is back even after the reboot. What the hell is going on with this guy?
Yeah.
I thought this was Ken. I thought he was on
I
our
thought he was
side.
a real dude, right?
What's happening?
A real man.
He is about to reveal himself to Himikawa.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Himikawa has also gone through this digital portal, and she's acting, I will say, sinisterly. Up until now, she has kind of done this
Acting
thing.
real sus.
So remember when I said Ty's teacher was asking him what he wants to do in his life and all that stuff?
Okay,
He's
like
still
he probably-
around.
Oh, okay.
He's also part of this digital organization.
Oh.
He seems to be undercover. I don't bring him up much because he really is not that important, but his name is Nishijima.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Nishijima is talking to Himikawa, and he was like, you gotta let these Digidestin like do their thing. You can't like be up in their business all the time. And she's like, I know, I'm just doing what I need to do to make sure that there's like that the digital world is controlled and contained and stuff like that. And now she used this opportunity when the Digidestin went through the digital portal.
Mm-hmm.
She also followed them into the digital world.
Okay.
And she's acting very suspect about it.
Okay.
We don't know why she's doing that. Nishijima, the teacher guy, he seems to be more of a supportive role. He is just like, I also work at this like digital corporation thing, the secret society, and I want to help these kids. And I thought you wanted to help these kids too. And she's like, I do want to help these kids. These kids need to grow up and learn about how the digital world works, etc.
Oh, okay.
So these
Pretty
two
sure Izzy
clearly
did that, but all right.
I don't like that.
These two clearly have a history.
Oh,
It flashes back to them when they're in like college.
Oh.
And you can see
And
that
they
she's
revealed
and
themselves
she,
to
and you
each
can
other.
and you can see that she's clearly like distraught. They're in a library. You can see that she's clearly like distraught. And he's like, I wish I could be part of your future. I wish I could help you because I know you're so distraught about the past. And she's like, huh, I don't think you could. And like that kind of, so they like have history and
God.
stuff together.
Oh God.
But now she's in the
Okay.
digital realm and she's talking to the Digimon Emperor.
Oh.
And he's like, so you got everything you wanted, huh? And she was like, I have to go do my own business. And he was like, I bet you do. And as he says this to her, his form changes. Okay, we have to go back a little bit. Do you remember in the original Digimon, do you remember Genai?
I mean,
No.
that
The name is
word-
familiar, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
right. It's
Genai
familiar.
Genai was a kind of digital prophet. He was working for homeostasis.
Okay.
He was the one who took all the digi eggs and the
Yep.
crests for
Yep.
the
Holy
Digidestin
shit.
so that he would train
Come
them
on.
so that when the Digidestin showed up in the digital realm, they would
Yeah.
be ready
Yeah.
to become the Digidestin.
Okay, great.
He
That's
was
a lot.
he was like this he was like fulfilling the prophecies.
Yeah.
And he was this like
Okay.
old man and he was like always helpful and stuff like that. And then later in the series, he revealed himself. He's actually like a sexy young guy called an agent.
Uh-huh.
And he was like helping them work through all this like new digital world 2 stuff that happened after the reformat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the Digimon Emperor changes his form and he becomes the sexy Genai, sexy young
The
Genai.
young one. Okay.
He was the one helping them before, but now he is evil. From now on, we will refer to him as Dark Genai.
Okay.
Because that's what the internet
fuck
refers to him
yeah.
as.
Okay. What is he doing though? Like what is actively what is he doing
dark-
that's evil?
Dark Genai has been concealing himself as the Digimon Emperor
Yes.
in order to sow this chaos
Uh-huh.
because Genai is an agent, but like a computer agent. He's not like a guy on the computer. He is like a like
Digital.
installation wizard
Yeah.
that
Yep.
helps you like get stuff done.
Yeah.
His data has been corrupted by Yggdrasil, who has now used Yggdrasil or King Drissil, who is now using Genai to further his goals to create all this
change.
chaos within the digital
Okay.
world.
Okay.
So Genai is no longer helping the kids. He's now Dark Genai, and he's helping Yggdrasil sow
Okay.
all of this chaos.
okay.
And for some reason, Makomon, Dark Genai, Jessmon, and Alphamon have survived this reboot. And they still remember everything that's going on. And they're like, the virus, you did not get rid of it with the reboot. It still
Because
exists
there's still twos running around, guys.
inside of
There's
Makomon.
still twos.
Yep.
The reboot didn't work. And all of these Digidestin have reset their relationship with their partners for nothing. But they're trying to respark their relationship with their partners. Okay? Are we like on the same
Yeah.
page with all
Yeah,
We're there.
no, I mean, this is all garbage, but it's very nostalgic garbage.
this? Now,
Like, how long has it been since you've had a character in a show you watch that just had the word dark put on the front of their name and now they're bad?
that is what
that
happened.
was-
That happened in the Digimon one too, where they had like
That was, yes,
Skull
that is
Greymon.
90s incarnate.
Yeah, and it rules. I need you guys to remember back to the original episodes.
Okay.
The original episode we did.
Okay.
The
All right.
Digidest again, this is the part where I was saying I don't remember if this was in the original one or if I just researched this for our episode.
Okay.
There were other Digidestined. These
Yeah.
were not the
Mhm.
first Digidestined.
Yeah.
Himikawa and Nishijima,
Uh-huh.
the teacher and the other lady
Of
who now
course.
work for the
Yes.
digital
Yep.
corporation,
Yep.
they were part of the original
Okay.
Digidestin.
They're like OG. Okay.
They were the original Digidestin.
Okay.
They
From
also
the 80s.
they
so
also
they're our
got
age. Got it.
yes, they're
Yeah.
our age. Yes, correct, Fran. Thank you for that existential bit. They also got isekai'd into the digital realm, like the original Digidestined, or like the Digidestined from the next generation. They had to fight the Dark Masters, who were created by the
King Drasil.
kinda, but also by Apocalypse Mon.
Yeah.
They're all.
Sure.
This is where it starts to get a little weird, but the
Starts
original
here,
Dark Masters were there when the original Digidestined had to fight them. There were originally 5 Digidestined. We're getting this flashback because Himikawa is like interacting with Dark Jedi, and he's like, "You
Yeah,
remember
sure.
the past, right?" Himikawa had her partner Digimon Tapirmon, who was one of the 5 original Digidestined, as did Nishijima, who had Bearmon as his Digidestined partner.
Right.
They were just animals?
Bearmon.
Well, yeah, but like Agumon's like a dinosaur.
Right, but he's not Dinosaur Mon.
There's Gatomon. It's like a cat one. It's like it's not that far off.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
Don't worry, it'll evolve into a buff
Bearmon is
man with
lazy.
abs.
We
It could
know-
have been Ursamon very easily, and it would have rolled off way better.
Once again, localization troubles.
And so this
That-
is
That sucks in Japan. Bearmon sucks in Japan.
and so
too.
we're going back to our original Digimon episode where I was talking about this, is that the 4 Dark Masters were not the original, like they were there for the original
Yeah.
Digidestined.
But you just
And-
told me there were 5. Wait.
That's right,
Is
Fran.
it 4 dark? Okay. Yep. All right.
4 Dark Masters. And do you remember when I used to again, the 4 harmonious ones that
Mhm.
interacted with the Digidestined, and they like helped them unlock they were the 4 guardians of the
Yeah.
the coordinate directions on the map, north,
Yep,
south,
yep.
east, west of the digital
Yep.
realm. The harmonious ones were the ancient good Digimon that rose up to fight the original Dark Masters. These 5 Digidestins were the original ones who fought the Dark Masters.
Okay.
4 of the Digimon were chosen by homeostasis to ascend from their
Mhm.
normal Digimon
Mhm.
levels into the 4 harmonious ones, who
Okay.
the later generation Digidestin would like save the digital realm and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess, when way back in the day when you told us this, it sounded more like a, millions of years ago at the dawn of
This
time
was
kind
the
of thing.
1980s.
But this was like
Living
ancient
memory.
internet time. It's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, which is a long time. That's
Back
like
which
the
is a
before
long
CompuServe.
internet
CompuServe.
time. Back when Icon has cheeseburger was the big thing.
Himikawa's Digimon sacrificed itself so that the other 4 had time to ascend into the harmonious ones. And as the
So-
narrator points out, what happens to a Digidestin when there is no virtue, no crest that they align with? Himikawa was a Digidestin, but unlike those original 5, there are 4 other Digidestin, unlike these new 8 Digidestin, she never got a crest. She never had a value that
Aw.
she like aspired to, and as such,
Yeah.
her Digimon was only useful to sacrifice themselves so that the other 4 Digimon could ascend
Oh, no.
into the harmonious
resentful.
ones, into their mega form. And so when she was contacted by Dark Jedi, he said, "We're going to reset the digital world. You know what that means? Your Digimon who sacrifice themselves, they'll be alive again. You'll be able to see
Aw.
Tapirmon again." And so that's why she's been working in the shadows this whole time. She was originally Digidestin. Her Digimon died in combat.
Mm.
And in order to create the harmonious ones, and now she wants to reset the world before all that happens so that she can reunite with her Digimon because she misses him.
But she's a grown ass woman. As
Yeah,
we
she's in her
discussed.
30s.
The Digimon don't really take well to grown ass people.
Fran, as we're going to finish up with, this whole series is now becoming about how your unhealthy obsession with your childhood dreams is actually bad. It's bad for you to think that
What?
way.
No!
You need to grow beyond that.
That can't be.
It can
What
be.
will I purchase then?
The Digimon are learning to like be friends with each other again with the Digidestin. Except for Biyomon, who's like not vibing
being
with
a bit of a
Sora.
Biyomon.
Biyomon,
But Biamon's
nice.
now being friends with Mako.
Kinda.
But
They
not
get
Makomon.
separated. They get separated. The digital world is like unstable. They keep getting like teleported to different places.
Interesting. 'Cause
Something's
there's
going on
twos.
weird.
There's
This
still
reboot-
twos.
This reboot is like not working very good, it would seem.
We didn't really turn it off the whole way. It did that weird thing where it's not completely.
It's that-
It's
right,
still
you-
like asleep. It's not like off.
You only unplugged it for 2 seconds. You gotta wait like at least 5 before you plug it back
Yeah,
in.
at least 30 seconds.
We do this weird thing where like everyone's getting split up and everyone's getting split up like not with their Digimon. And so it's kind of you kind of get the like what ifs of like Agumon's hanging out with Sora and like or whatever. Like
Fan
no one's
fiction.
with their Digimon, but like we're seeing the
You're
bond.
right. Yeah,
We're seeing the bonds come through of like even though Agumon's not with Tai, he's like, I wonder if Tai would like get me some snacks and like, Patamon's like, oh, I was kind of cool with hanging out with TK. I hope he's okay wherever he is and like stuff like that. Like, everyone's switched up Digimon and stuff, but we're still realizing that there's like something innate within them that like even though they can't remember them, they still love them kind of inherently. Like they have this bond that transcends memory. Blah 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 blah.
Adorable.
This is where we get Dark Jedi's his rationale. And I thought he was a guy, but I think he's a digital man.
I like installation wizard. He is an
I think that's pretty close.
installation wizard.
He's called
Wizard.
an agent, and I believe it's like an electronic agent, like a thing that helps you, like a digital daemon that helps you, like helps your computer run. He's like Digimon are enslaved to humans. All they do is they're supposed to live a servile lifestyle to humans. I think that's bullshit. I wanted to do this reboot because I knew that all of the Digimon who ever died fighting in the real realm, they're dead forever. They're not able to recompile as digital eggs. Remember I said Digimon never die? That's only true if Digimon die in the digital realm.
In the digital realm.
If Digimon die outside the digital realm, then they can't
die
come
for real.
back. And so he's like, those Digimon...
If you die outside the game, you die for real,
Exactly.
ironically.
Exactly. And he's like, those Digimon are going to be so pissed that they died. If we reboot the whole universe, they will be alive again. They will not be happy that they died outside the digital realm. And they're going to join me in my quest for digital revolution. The digital world is going to take over the real world.
Fuck yeah.
And no longer will we be digi-slaves to the Digiman. in a word.
I hate to bring this up again,
Yeah.
but his name is Gen I. Did
Gen
Digimon predict Gen AI? Generative AI.
No.
No,
I'm
Fran.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
That's not... I don't think that's it at all.
Okay.
I hope not.
Fran is she's just always pushing this AI stuff on us. Like,
I hate
we're
it.
just sitting
I
there
am
playing
an
our
AI,
video games
obviously.
and Fran's
Sorry.
just like, you guys want to check out this cute picture of my cat that I didn't take but had ChatGPT generate?
That's what I do all
Dark
day.
Jedi is working for Yggdrasil because Yggdrasil is like,
Yggdrasil.
Digimon are not going to be slaves to mankind anymore. They're going to be the dominant species because growth and change and all that good stuff. Okay.
I mean, I think you can maybe make the argument that would the digital world have existed starting in the 1980s if man did not anyway. But all right,
We are their gods.
basically.
So the kids are rekindling their link with their Digimon, which is unlocking their ability to digivolve again, which is good.
Right.
They still have their
Love that.
digivices. Everything's great. Original Dark Masters are back.
Okay.
That's the biggest problem that they're having right now is because
Okay.
in this like rebooted
That's
world.
a problem, yeah.
You remember I told you about Machine Dramon, the Digimon who was so expensive to animate that he was only in
Yeah.
like one episode and
I
then they
do.
never used him again.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
one of the Dark Masters. He's back.
Oh shit.
They
Did they have the
their
budget for him now?
Their animation budget's back too, so he's owning them right now.
Oh hell
He's
yeah.
exploding
Nice.
all them. The Dark Masters are all back, and all their Digimon don't remember how to digivolve because they
Right,
got
yeah,
it
it's always that brutal thing for the high level Digimon did just come back in full form.
Right.
Those of you who have to power up, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But they are restoring their bond with their Digimon partners, and eventually we get War Greymon and Metal Garurumon. They come back. It is so funny. I thought it was the most amazing thing because Matt and Ty are like, we cannot beat these guys unless we can Digivolve. And they're like, Digimon, I know that you don't remember us, but you have to like feel our bond. Will you like accept this bond? And because Agumon and Garurumon or Gabumon are like the most in tune with their trainers kind of inherently, they're like, okay. And so they're the first
Okay.
ones, obviously, to be able to Digivolve back to their ultimate stage, which rules. And then they get to their mega stage. They're already War Greymon and
Yeah.
Metal Garurumon, which is really funny because if you recall in the original Digimon, the Dark Masters, who are like the main villain, are technically only ultimate stage. They never go to the mega stage at that point. Which means that when these two Digimon go to their mega stage, they are just absolutely beating the shit out of this like main villain guy from the original series. They're like, he's like,
we unlock new levels, sir.
They're fighting Metal Seadramon. They're like going underwater and like Bowser throwing him by the tail, just like throwing him out of the water and then going to the sky and just like beating the shit out of him. And it's like, yeah, the instant they figure out how to Digivolve, these guys are cooked. They have no way to fight these kids who have achieved the maximal level of Digimon. But unfortunately, they're all split up, if you remember. They're trying to like get back together as Digimon. And then this is when the other Digimon who haven't achieved their mega levels yet, this is when they like unlock their mega levels because they like rekindle their bond with their partners. Biomon stops being a bee. Eventually, she turns into Phoenixmon, who fights Machine Dramon. Magna Angemon, who we have seen him before. He is back. TK has rekindled his bond with Patamon, and so he can turn into Magna Angemon. Seraphmon is the Digivolved form of Angelwomon. She has been able to unlock that version again. I wrote this down because I thought it was really funny, but for some reason, the viruses in the digital realm have caused a geothermal plant in the real realm to explode.
Okay.
And it unlocks all this geothermal energy, which I thought was really funny for some reason. I think if
in the digital realm?
No, in the real world. Yeah, okay. I thought it was really weird. I was like, I don't think if the computers malfunction, a geothermal plant explodes. I thought that was more of a passive thing, but whatever.
That's like, I mean, it's really more of a nuclear plant thing, but that would be in poor taste.
But they specifically chose a geothermal plant that turned into a volcano. So I don't know. I just thought it was really funny.
When did that bad tsunami happen in Japan?
That was like 2012. That was a long time ago.
That they probably like in development had it as a nuclear power plant, and they're like, oh shit, we probably should.
I just think it was really funny that they chose a geothermal plant to explode.
The least
again,
offensive of the
the Digimon are bonding. Makomon is a bad. Jesmon is fighting Makomon, who has like already evolved into a strong enough force to like fight Jesmon, who is a mega level. The Digimon are all remembering they're not remembering, but they're basically at the point now where they're like where they used to be.
Yeah.
Jesmon is there. We don't know what Jesmon's whole thing is, but he is like the highest level Digimon. He is fighting Makomon. Alphamon is also there, and it's now becoming this weird three-way fight between the three of them. This is when Ty and Matt are like, I think we have to do what we're best at. And it's like, you're right. We gotta summon Omegamon or Omnimon. and they are able to bring forth Omnimon. And so now it's this weird 4-way fight between the 4 strongest Digimon we know of. It's Alphamon, Omegamon, they're kind of fighting each other, and then Jesmon and Makomon are fighting each other.
And is
What's
Makomon
the-
still a tiny cute cat?
No, Makomon has like digi evolved into the like more humanoid, kind of sexier girl cat.
Okay.
That is apparently as strong
That's
as
what they do.
apparently as strong as these night Digimon.
Okay. Great.
They're all fighting each other, and as they do so, it's the craziest scene. So Tai is like, I have decided that the most important thing are my friends and my bond with my friends, and everything I do, at least for the time being, is going to be for my friends. He sees that May is like disparate over how Makomon's getting attacked, and he's like, Omnimon, you have to save Makomon. I don't know what Jesmon's whole thing is. I don't know what Alphamon's thing is, but you need to go protect Makomon because May wants to have her Digimon safe. And Omnimon's like, we'll do
Got it,
boss.
boss.
And then that's why he's like fighting in this whole like thing. As this is all happening, Jesmon and Alphamon are just like laying waste to the whole digital area, right? It's super destructive. Obviously, these are the strongest Digimon that we know about. And what happens is like the whole like ground is exploding. And there's this scene where Tai is like, Matt, go save May. And like Matt's running over to go save May. And like May's kind of like the new girl in the whole group. And obviously Matt and Tai as like the main boys are kind of like, maybe we kind of both like May. I don't know.
Oh my
and
God.
like, and
We're
also,
fighting shit right now, though.
this has been happening the whole time. I just forgot to mention it. I will also say I think Izzy really likes Mimi. Because they're like, oh, Mimi's coming to town, Izzy, and he's like, I don't know. He invents a program that like shows him in a bunch of different fashions so that he can figure out like what he's supposed to wear when Mimi's coming over and stuff like that. So like, again, they're high schoolers. There's drama there. I'm not gonna go into the whole thing. Joe has a girlfriend. That's a running joke. Everyone thinks that Joe's girlfriend is not real. We never meet Joe's girlfriend, but he's like, my girlfriend's gonna be like, she's not gonna know where I am. Oh well, I'll talk to her later. There's this whole thing about like Joe has a girlfriend.
Awful.
And so we get to the point where Tai is like, Matt, you need to save May, and he's like, okay, I will. And so like he pulls her off, and then Tai and Omnimon look at each other, and Tai shares a look with Omnimon. A knowing nod with Omnimon. And Omnimon is like, okay. And he goes over to where Matt and May are, and he like guards them. And then as like Alphamon and Jesmon are like doing this big explosion thing, and Tai falls into the abyss of the digital realm, while Omnimon is like saving, because he was like, Omnimon, you need to save these two, and he's like, all right, I'll do it for you, Tai.
But it's all right, because as he's falling, you hear Digimon.
So Tai is like falling, and Nishijima, who's like his teacher, who's also part of this organization, who's one of the like good original Digidestin who didn't like go crazy or whatever, he like tries to go save him, and the two of them fall into the digital abyss.
Okay.
And they're gone. Finally, we can understand. Me and Steven started watching the movie that happens after all this has happened.
Oh my God.
Tai is presumed dead. They saw him fall into this digital void with his teacher.
If you die in
Omnimon was able to protect Matt and May, but this virus is overtaking Makomon, and Kari, who just saw her brother die, has become despondent. And in her grief, Seraphmon, who is also Angelwomon, is twisted by the darkness that's encompassing Makomon, and the two of them DNA digivolve together. They dark DNA digivolve.
Oh.
Oh no! They added dark in there.
And that is what creates Ordainomon, who is this like
Ah.
this like angel of darkness who
Okay.
exists only to overtake the world, the real world, with this
Oh.
like sadness and misery.
She can be your angel or your demon.
Hello, lore fans. It's me, CJ, from the future. Long time no see, although time's different for me. I just wanted to point out that the evil virus that's inside Makomon is a bit, get it? Like a piece of computer code. It's a bit of Apocalypse from the first one, remember? I totally forgot to bring that up in the middle of the episode, but it felt weird leaving it out, and I didn't want anyone to think I didn't know what I was talking about. God forbid. So, yep. Makomon is crazy and evil because of Apocalypse, the villain from the first one. Whoa. All right, back to the present with you. And so, Ordainomon enters into the real world. So the movie that me and Steven saw starts with Ty is dead. This angel of darkness is overtaking the real world. Okay. Matt is like, we need to move on. Ty's gone. We need to figure out what to do. And everyone else is like, and Kari is like, it's over, man. It's so over. I had the crest of light, but that light has gone out.
Oh shit.
Oh, beans.
Oh shit.
And so now the group kind of doesn't have like their heart anymore.
Oh no.
And so we're like, what are we gonna do? Also, Gatomon's gone because she is again DNA digivolved into Ordainomon.
Yeah.
So Kairi has like nothing. She's like freaking out and all this other stuff.
Yep.
A bunch of weird stuff happens. Tai and Nishijima are in the digital realm. They have been transported into this weird like lab facility after they have fallen through the teleporter. Nishijima is dying because of the fall. They discover that the other Digidestin, we're wondering, oh, where's Ken? Remember
Where is Ken?
Where's Ken? Where are the Digidestined, the second generation Digidestined from Digimon Adventure 2? How come they haven't shown up? They were all kidnapped over the course of this show in the background. And they have been trapped in these like stasis tubes in the digital realm, including Ken. And that is why they were pretending to be Ken. And they have been held there because Yggdrasil's plan to like overtake the digital realm. They're like, I don't want these Digidestin getting in the way. I'm going to kidnap them and hold them in the cell. Nishijima is like, Tai, you should go see if there's like a way to get them out. I see like an open tube. Maybe you can like see if there's like a computer in there. And then as he goes in the tube, he like shuts the tube and he's like, it's over for me, Tai. I was the original Digidestin, and my Digimon taught me that you need to self-sacrifice and that you know, there's a chance as long as someone goes into the future with hope. And I'm going to send you and all these other Digidestin back to the real world, and you're going to go figure out what's going on, and you're going to save the day. And this whole facility, and Dark Jedi was like, if you try to get out of here, it will self-destruct. And so he's like, I'm going to self-destruct the facility. I'll be the one left behind. You go, I stay, no follow. And go save the world tide. He's like, no, get me out of here, get me out. And he sends him back to the real world where Ordainomon is like, you know, the military's there. They're like shooting like everything they got. Obviously it's not working. Ordainomon's huge. Ordainomon's the size of like a city. She's just absolutely like destroying everything. There is, quite frankly, no hope of defeating Ordainomon unless Omnimon was there. I'll be completely honest. And yet they're all like, we can't summon Omnimon. Tai is gone. We're going to digivolve our Digimon into Mega, which is the best we can do now. Yeah. This is also where we get this weird MacGuffin thing where Hackmon comes back and he was like, all of the light all of the light of
Mhm.
the digital world exists inside of Makomon. And they're like, what are you talking about? What they figure out is that Makomon's interaction with the backup software that Izzy had created
Yeah.
turned Makomon into this avatar of the digital realm. Within Makomon is all the light of the digital realm. All of the memories of all of the Digimon in all of the world exist inside of Makomon.
Mm.
And
Those
so,
tubes.
and so Izzy was like, if we can break Makomon out of what's happening, if we can separate this dark DNA Digievolution, all of the memories of all of the Digimon will flood out of Ordainomon, and all of the Digimon will remember again.
Okay.
And so they and so we discover now that Hackmon, who's come back, he's like,
Mhm.
I never wanted to do the reboot. Like, homeostasis doesn't want all the Digimon to forget. We just tried to do it because it's the thing we thought we could do. But now we have a new hope. We hope that the Digidestined are able to restore balance between the digital realm and the real realm. And the only way to do that is to beat Ordainomon. So I now am going to help you with all of my power. And they're like, Hackmon, what can you do? You're just a little dog.
No.
He's like,
Puppers.
check this out. He digivolves into Jessmon. He was Jessmon the whole time.
Oh.
And so now Jessmon, who has the power of homeostasis, goes into Ordainomon and cuts out Gatomon, who has been like trying to escape from this like
Oh shit.
this like digi-evolution.
Damn.
And so Gatomon is taken out of the digi-evolution, and they say that Yggdrasil fills the lack of data with Yggdrasil's power. And so now Yggdrasil is like fully in charge of Ordainomon, but all the Digidestined have their Digimon back. And as Gatomon is pulled out, all of the light, the memories of the Digimon are released back into the world. And now all of the Digimon, not just our 8 Digimon.
Yeah.
Every Digimon in the whole world gets all of their memories back from before the reboot. And so now all of these monsters are like flooding into the real world to take it over, but the Digidestined around the world are fighting back with their Digimon because now their Digimon have their Digimon, champions of the digital world. They're all fighting back. And so now they're like, we remember you guys. We know everything. And Agumon's like, oh God, Ty's dead. I loved him so much. And then, I forgot to mention early, like at the very beginning of the whole series, Izzy was like, hey, Ty, I changed your goggles so that they can see disruptions in the digital space that overlay in the digital world. And he's like, cool. And when Ty died, Matt picked up his goggles and he was like, I'll carry on these goggles for you.
I must be the goggle boy now.
and now, as all hope seems lost, Tai shows back up because Nishijima sacrificed himself to send him back to the real world. And of course, Matt's like, it's about time you showed up. And he throws his goggles back to him, puts the goggles on. He's like, all right, let's do this. And then Agumon is able to digivolve again. He turns into War Greymon. And then War Greymon is able to DNA digivolve and turn back into Omnimon. And they're like, even Omnimon is not strong enough to defeat Ordainomon.
Of course.
What are we going to do? All of their other mega level Digimons are like, it's time to combine our forces.
Holy
and so
shit.
they turn into what I've seen on the internet, it referred to as the plasma stream. But they infuse their energy into Omnimon. Omnimon, as we learned in Digimon 02, sometimes Digimon can not digivolve, but turn into a new form when they get additional energy. Omnimon turns into Omnimon Merciful Mode, where all of the other Digimon combine their powers into Omnimon, and he goes from being an orange type Digimon into a fully white and blue type Digimon.
Okay.
He is infused with all the powers of the other Digidestin's mega level Digimon,
Uh-huh.
who have now infused Omnimon with the Merciful Sword. And he uses the Merciful Sword to slice through Ordainomon,
Damn.
which is able to stop all of this chaos that's happening, destroys the virus, sends everything back into the homeostasis state. It's like, yes, you have done it, Digidestin. Omnimon has saved the day again with his Omni Sword, but this time it is infused with all of the Digidestin's power. And they have saved the world, restoring balance between the digital realm and the real realm. At a certain point, Himikawa, the girl who had gone evil, met
Yeah.
up with Tapirmon in the digital realm, but
Uh-huh.
obviously he didn't recognize her. And she
They
was
went,
like,
"Who is
I'm
this
here for
grown-ass woman?"
He's like, I'm here for you. I did everything for you. And he's like, I don't know who you are. Get away from me. And then that like made her crazy because she was like, I did all this just for Tapirmon, and he doesn't even remember me. He
Did
doesn't
she
care.
not listen to them saying the Digimon would lose their memories?
She thought that their bond together would transcend in the
Ugh.
same way that the other Digidestin did. But again, she doesn't stand for anything. She has no core value, nothing to like bind her. She's only
my
driven by
God.
this sense of nostalgia that is to like become what she once was again. And so she could never reconnect with her Digimon because she has no core being. And so Omnimon, Merciful Mode, is able to defeat this dark Digimon, restore balance. Mekumon is destroyed, but Mekumon also says the thing that Patamon said earlier. She's like, if you have to destroy me to save everything, you should just do it. You know, everything I do is for you. I just wanted Mei to be safe. I just wanted her to
Yeah.
have friends. Now she has friends. You'll have to destroy me, Omnimon, Merciful Mode. And so he does. Even though the idea of Merciful Mode kind of implies that maybe it was
right.
like,
That's implies exactly that he could save her through
I
mercy.
think the idea is that
Mercy was to put her
she's
out.
been redeemed in a way, like, you know, this darkness has been purged,
That's
etc.
that's I mean that's very paladin. That's very good.
And that
This is my merciful blade. It's like, oh, does it like have magical healing powers?
No.
it kills you, but
Mercifully.
you might go to heaven.
and that is how the show ends. It would be all over if there wasn't Digimon Adventure, Last Evolution Kizuna. The Digimon
God.
have reclaimed their remembrance of their bond with their digital friends. But we still have this unresolved thing. Matt and Kai are trying to figure out what they're going to do with their lives. Joe's going to go be a doctor. Izzy is the head of a company. Mimi is got like an online shopping thing
Shopify.
for fashion.
Turns out.
I don't know.
Poshmark. Potentially.
Sora's becoming a fashion designer. Everyone's kind of moving on. This movie is for the fans, but I think it's also a lesson for the fans.
They have to grow
It's
up.
two things. Because yes, we are being nostalgic because it is Digimon. Digimon is from our childhood.
Mhm.
Ever since this last thing that happened with Ordainomon, they've like restored the balance between the digital realm and the real realm. They open the movie with this occasional like a Digimon pops through and they have to like fight it back into the digital realm. They work together, but again, they're all growing up, they're starting to scatter. It was really only Ty and Matt
Mhm.
and TK and Kari who like did the fighting. Everyone else is kind of gone doing their own thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so they're like, you know, it seems like it's kind of winding down with this whole Digimon thing. Like, what are we going to do about it? They are contacted by this American professor who is
my
very
God.
sexy. She is like, I am a Digimon researcher. Izzy, you're not the only Digimon researcher in the whole world. We're also researching Digimon. We have been for a long time. we've seen all of the stuff that's happening with these weird portals opening with the Digimon.
Mhm.
We're trying to figure out what's going on, and there's been all these kidnappings, and they're like, Izzy, you're a genius. Do you know what's happening? And he's like, I do. All of the people who are being kidnapped
Or did you
used to
destined?
used to be digi-destined at some point.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's exactly right, Izzy. Maybe you are as smart as we thought you were. They're
I
like,
am, yes.
they're like, we have figured out what's going on. There is oh yeah, also I love that this movie opens up with Ty and Matt. They're like knocking back a few beers because they're adults now. They're in
Oh.
university.
Oh shit.
They're like they are grown up.
They are of drinking age.
But there's all these people who are like passing out and getting kidnapped, and they all used to be digidestined. The professor's name is Yola. She is like, Izzy, you know about all the digidestined. Do you remember in how all of the Digimon movies, you're like on the forums, you're talking to them, you have a list of all the digidestined because you guys are all talking together on the internet. And he's like, yeah. And I've noticed that they've been going missing. They haven't been on the chat rooms. They haven't been in the Discord.
The Discord.
I don't know what's going on. And she's like, they've been being kidnapped. And he's like, by what? And they're like, the best we can figure out is it's a new Digimon called Aosmon.
Okay.
It is not just kidnapping Digidestined, it's taking their consciousness. They're passing out because their consciousness is being kidnapped by Aosmon and being spirited away into the digital world.
That's pretty fucked up, honestly.
They were like, all right, we have to go stop this. We're going to go corner Aosmon. We're going to trap them, and we're going to restore all the Digidestins, all their consciousness. Let's go do it.
Yeah.
They teleport in the digital realm. Omnimon shows up, obviously. Omnimon is fighting Aosmon. They're doing their whole thing. And Omnimon's plenty strong to be able to handle all this, obviously. But as Omnimon is ready to do the finishing blow, something happens. There's like a weird glitch, and Agumon and Gabumon just like fall apart. And Ty and Matt are like, what happened? We were just about ready to do it. They look at the digivice, which now has a golden like ring around it, and it's a ring that looks like a clock, and it's counting down.
Oh no.
And the sexy American professor is like, I know what this is. I've seen this before. We're about to get more lore as to how Digimon and their digi partners and the digivices work right now.
Okay.
As we already know, when Digimon digivolve, they're absorbing all of the information, all of the digital information around them, and compressing them into like a new digital form. That's what digi-evolution is. They suck up a bunch of surrounding information, turn into a higher level Digimon, and then when they go back to normal, the information goes back to how it was working.
Okay.
We know that that's where their power comes from, but the actual energy that is used to bring all this information together, what we learn is that is powered by the power of potential.
Oh my
when
God.
when you're a little kid, you have infinite potential.
Oh,
You can be anything. And it's that potential energy that is what is channeled through the digivice, which allows a Digimon to digivolve.
Okay.
It's the potential of childhood. Matt and Ty are growing up.
They don't
have the potential anymore.
Oh God.
And as
okay, wait.
Brutal. It's so brutal.
All right.
Oh no.
You can feel free to cut this if I am just going crazy. But like, did we talk about this movie? This feels like a thing that we've already discussed.
We've never talked about this
This-
before.
No.
And then Agumon at the end he becomes part of the
Okay, we might have
UN
talked.
or something.
We might have. Well, I talked a little bit about that. So at the end, so this is also a big controversial thing. At the end of Digimon Adventure 2, there is an epilogue that they talk
Yeah.
about what happened to all of them. This does technically happen before then. And they are on record as saying that both that epilogue and this movie are canon. So there's, we'll get through it.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure that I'm not
No,
in
you're
a
right.
fugue state.
Don't worry, Ethan. This is the thing on the internet. They're talking about it.
Oh god.
Agumon and Gabumon know that their time is limited. They're like, when that clock on your digivice runs out, you will no longer be able to contact your Digimon partner. You'll no longer
That's
you'll
upsetting.
no longer you will be grown up. It is kind of the Fairly Odd Parents movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can only bond with your Digimon as long as you have childlike wonderment in your heart.
Oh, fuck.
And so Matt and Ty are like, it's coming to an end. And they know that every time they digivolve, it reduces the clock more. All that energy, all that potential is reducing at a
'Cause they're
faster
using
pace.
I
their
don't like
potential.
the way that that's
So,
phrased.
Is this why that grown ass woman who wanted to reconnect with her her Digimon, excuse me, she was a grown woman. She had no potential.
Right. Well,
She has zero potential.
She had no
and-
potential. She had no
That's
core
such
values.
a weird way.
She had
That's
nothing.
such a weird way of saying that, though. It's like if you look at like a young like sports fan guy who's like, I'm big into football, and he's like, oh kid, you have so much potential, and then he grows up to be like Aaron Rodgers, I don't give a fuck. You're just like, you've used up all your
you
potential.
don't have any
kid.
potential anymore. You can't bond with a Digimon.
He's literally doing the thing.
Yeah, because
But that's
he has
not
fulfilled his
potential.
potential.
It's no longer potential energy. It's now kinetic energy, and I'm afraid that that's completely
The
useless.
desire to want to bond with a Digimon companion is just purely childlike wonderment. And as you get older, you have to put away childish things. You have to stop having potential and start being a person, a grown-up person.
I
And
refuse.
so as they go through the movie, there's all this intrigue or stuff. It turns out Eosmon is not a regular Digimon. Eosmon is
Why
an
would it be?
artificial Digimon. Eosmon was created,
Okay.
as we learn. Yola, the sexy professor from America. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Obviously, she used to be a Digidestined.
Of
But
course.
but she grew up, and the reason she knows about this thing with the Digimon is because her Digimon eventually left her because she grew up and she stopped having her childlike potential, and so her Digimon got sent to the digital world, and her
Never be
Digivice
seen
stopped.
again.
Her Digivice stopped working. And she was never able to find her again, but she could not let go. She could
So
not.
she made
She
one.
could not evolve into her final human form. She was
Her
always
perfect form.
She was always trapped by this desire to see her Digimon again. So she created Eosmon because she's like a computer programmer hacker lady.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Eosmon, as an artificial Digimon, can also replicate itself as much as it needs to. And she created this world that she called the Never World. She is
So Neverland.
Peter. She
All
is
right.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is abducting the consciousnesses of the Digidestined and bringing them to her Never World, where they never grow up, and so they get to be with their Digimon partners forever. But they're always in this childlike state of wonderment. They never get to grow up and experience life. They're just stuck in this state forever. And Ty and Matt figure out what's going on with all of this, and all the other Digidestined have become trapped in this never world. Where
So why did she reach out to Izzy then? if she was
because
the one behind things?
because she knew that they were going to be the ones to like thwart her, and she
Oh,
wanted to like
okay.
trap them in the digital world without them undermining
Being
her
able to
whole
thwart
plan.
her. Got
But
it.
also the
Got it.
big thing that she wanted is that Izzy has a master list of all the
Oh, so she
Digidestined.
could get all of them.
She
Got it.
wants to know where all the Digidestined are so that she can put all of them in her Neverworld, because she
Got
thinks
it.
she's
Mhm.
doing a good thing.
She's just trying to
Right.
help
I
them
like
stay with their Digimon forever.
man, it's got to be hard to hire like really good tech people. Like the
And they're
CIA
all
company's just like the problem is that if we don't get someone who has some kind of insane obsession with Digimon, they're just not
they're
going to
not
do
going
a
to be
very
very
good
good at
job.
this. Yeah. Yeah, it is tough, I think, for retention especially.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so we're going through all this obviously at the end. So this is the message. I think this is very impactful. This is very important. We're leaving the world of the fake lore, and now we're kind of bridging over to the
Ugh.
real world, same as the Digidestined do sort of for the Digimon. But the creators are basically saying there's a time to grow up. You can't be stuck in this digital world forever. Matt and Ty eventually are like, if we make Omnimon again, that's going to be it for us. Our Digimon are just going to be lost to us, basically. You know, this is going to be it. Again, the Digimon are like, Ty, if this is going to be the last thing we ever do, saving our friends, I'd do it in a heartbeat. You know, I
Aw.
won't even think about it. Let's go in there, guns blazing. Let's be our ultimate form. Let's do it,
Aw.
man. Let's
Let's fucking kill him.
let's just get
Let's
him.
just get him.
And Ty and Matt are like, all right, we have to do it.
One
It's
last time.
It's time for Omnimon. They do Omnimon again. And Eosmon's ability is to like just to create these like walls everywhere, but they're like the
Mhm.
thing where it will like if it creates a wall inside of you, it just like cuts your arm off or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
so
yep.
Omnimon has his Omni cannon and his sword and stuff, and she just like cuts off their arm. It's like way too strong. Now we get into it's like it's time, Ty. It's time for our last Digi evolution. I don't like this that much. I like the theming of it, but their last Digi evolution kind of feels like a DNA Digivolve, but like with the human parts of them. So
Oh.
instead of turning into one Digimon, the two of them turn into two different humanoid style Digimon that
Okay.
are like way more humanoid than most Digimon are. But it looks like a very buff dude cosplaying as like War Greymon and another buff dude cosplaying
Okay.
as Metal
Do
Garurumon.
you
Okay.
remember a name on this? I feel like I need to take a look.
Yeah, it's just called Agumon Bond of Bravery. And then I assume it
Okay.
would be Gabumon Bond of Friendship or whatever. But this
Oh, that is a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. But this is their last Digivolution.
Mm-hmm.
And as the title says, and as they digivolve into their final form, which again I don't really like, so I'm not going to talk about, but they digivolve into their final form for the final time, and it's the classic Digimon thing of now these like prismatic walls that Eosmon is putting up is like no problem. They're just bashing through them, and they destroy Eosmon, and they at a certain point all of the other Digidestined. So the Digimon Adventure 02 crew is still in the real world. They did not get abducted yet, and they are like
Okay.
fighting back all of these Eosmons that are like trying
Okay.
to abduct them. So they're still there, like fighting the good fight. And then the final Digi evolution of Agumon and Gabumon are able to defeat Eosmon. And the lady was just like, I was just trying to save all the Digidestined. I was just trying to make their lives full because I felt so empty when my Digimon left. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta grow up, kid. Can't be stuck in this Neverland. And then they just like explode the whole thing. and it is like, and then as they like devolve back into their rookie forms, and they can see they only have like a little sliver of time left on their digivices, and so they like go out into the sunset, and they're like, Agumon, I'll always remember our time together. And he was like, oh, do you think we could get some like ice cream? And he's like, oh yeah, I remember your favorite ice cream. And then Matt and Gabumon are together, and they're like, Matt, do you think you could play a little song for me? And he's like, yeah, Gabumon, I'll play a little song for you. And then they are like watching the sunset, and then as the sunset goes down, they look to their side, and the Digimon's just gone. And then they look at their digivices, and they get turned to stone.
Aw.
And their Digimon are gone, and they are like, you know what, we have to grow up, we have to choose what we want to do. And that's when Matt chooses that he wants to be an astronaut, and Ty and
It's time for me to grow up and set realistic expectations.
and Ty is like, I'm going to learn how to be an ambassador. I'm going to become an ambassador between the digital realm and the real realm, because the digital realm keeps like bumping up with our real realm and stuff like that. And it's the final chapter. So this is the end. There, except for the other movie, there is one more movie.
Oh my
This is
God.
the one. This is the one I didn't watch. This one stars the Digimon Adventure 02 people.
Who
Okay.
cares?
As
cares
the
about
creators say, Digimon Final Evolution Kazuna is like the end of Digimon.
Okay.
And then the Digimon 02 movie is like the beginning of Digimon. They learn the origin of the digivices. It turns out that the very first Digidestined created a bond with a Digimon that could grant wishes, and he was like, I wish there was a way for us to have this bond be so strong. And he was like, okay, I grant wishes, so I'll do that. And they created the digivices, and that's where the digivices come from, was the wish of the original Digidestined.
Okay.
And then this
10
guy,
years ago.
and then this guy was like, I mean, he's just like a guy in his 30s now. And
Yeah.
then a bunch of stuff happens with that. They have to like fight that Digimon who can
Yeah.
grant wishes, and then he's like, I wish I never made that wish or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then it destroys all the digivices in the world, but then they create a world that you don't need a digivice to have a bond with a Digimon. Now you can just have a bond
Be
with
bros.
to have a bond with a Digimon.
Oh.
So these movies kind of phase out the digivice of like,
Mm.
when you get older, your digivice turns to stone, and also now no one has a digivice, and we just love our Digimon for who they are. And then that's why the epilogue of the other thing is canon, because maybe without the digivices, the original Digidestined were able to find their Digimon partners again. And even though they don't have this sort of childlike owning this thing that you have to feed and clean up their poop and stuff like that, maybe now in adulthood we can find a more adult relationship. And I will say, I just want to say, I know we as a podcast have been away for a while. We've been dealing with our own adult stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was starting to comfort watch some things. And you know how like when you start to watch certain things, either the algorithm or because you're looking for it or because whatever starts to like feed you other things of the same kind. I watched this Digimon movie, which is all about like the finality of things and about growing up and moving on and stuff like that. And it strangely affected me in a way that I was not prepared for. And at the same time, I also happened to be watching the regular show because that's kind of a comfort watch for me.
Okay.
And just like watching, just like enjoying this. And like the last time I watched it, I was in college, and I was also just like watching this like silly little animated thing. But then it is one of those animated shows that gets to the end and is like, you know what, let's do like an ending stuff. And then they had this like big ending thing that is it's all about like time travel, but it also is like based a lot on like Gurren Lagann and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of like
Interesting.
Gurren Lagann references and stuff like that because they're animators and obviously they like anime, and so they're
Yeah.
like, we're gonna put a bunch of Gurren Lagann references in it, which is
'Cause
the
why
same
not?
thing that happens at the end of Steven Universe. There's a lot of like Gurren Lagann references to everything. And then I was on YouTube and it just like had the ending to Gurren Lagann, the movie OVA one, where he's just like punching anti-spiral, and it's like then that all flooded of like the ending of Gurren Lagann where it's like, oh, Kamina's gone. I had to evolve into this new phase. I'm literally punching my enemy to death after this like big like omni-dimensional multi-universal fight that we just had that just like became this like thing again, this thing about like finality and coming to the end of
Mhm.
things. And now we have this like Digimon thing where they're like, yeah, it's this Digimon thing is about ending. It's about going on to the next thing and going to the next chapter of your life. And it was all very affecting to me. It made me realize a few things. One, Digimon kind of rules. I think it's really cool. I'm glad we're doing it. Two, we've been doing this podcast for a while. We were at kind of a point where we're like, are we going to keep doing this or are we going to stop and go on with our lives? I think we can keep doing this a little bit longer. I have been seeing what's
I
going.
have just I can turn into Omnimon about a few more times.
I
before my
the
potential is
Digivice
all
turns into
used
stone.
up.
everything that is happening over the last year or so has been pretty rough. I think all across the board.
Mhm.
I am really happy what we've made here. We talk about stories and we talk about the important parts of stories and we talk about the things that make stories important to us actual real human people, because in stories you think about things like, what does it mean to be a good guy or a bad guy? What does it mean to have friends? Or what does it mean? Like, what do these stories even talk about? This is like media literacy
Mhm.
in a silly podcast where we just talk about dumb shit that happens, but
Yes.
it's out there. Stories are important. I think it's important to talk about stories, and I want to keep talking about stories for a little while longer. We were kind of at the part where I was like, I don't know if we're going to keep doing this podcast. I don't know if it's worth putting the work in to do. I think we're going to keep doing it a little bit, just a little bit longer. I want to keep talking about stuff like this. I want to keep having moments where I look at Digimon and I'm like, that's important to
Yeah.
regular life somehow. I don't know why it's important to regular life, but I think it's important to keep talking about fun stories like this, even if they're stupid a lot of times. Because we're on an adventure. We're having a journey. We're going to keep having adventures. To that point, I know that we're all busy adults. I know that we're all busy humans. I've asked Sammy and Eric, our other longtime guests on the podcast, and my beautiful, adorable wife, Lizzie. I have asked them if they want to be more regular contributors to our podcast.
And they said no.
and we're done. No, we're gonna grow out the Lore You Know family. We're gonna have more people cycling in. It's gonna be more of sort of a turn-based, everyone takes a little bit. We're gonna many hands make a light load kind of thing, but we're gonna keep doing this. We're going to have the more Lore You Know. We're going to talk about more dumb stories that are just very poorly written, but maybe, just maybe, they're going to teach us a little bit about ourselves. And we're gonna do that because Digimon decided to make a nostalgia movie for me, I guess. For me, the person CJ. We're going to keep doing it just at least a little while longer. And so, to that end, this will not be the last episode of The Lore You Know. We're going to keep doing it. And I've got a couple plans for a few episodes coming up. And you might see some different hosts, and we might change up the format a little bit, but we're gonna keep doing it because whatever, man. What else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I didn't know this was even scheduled to be the last episode of
I didn't
The
even
Lore
know we
You
were
Know.
gonna have a last episode.
This is like one of those things where like the doctor tells you like, well,
It wasn't
you
cancer.
you didn't know you had terminal cancer, but also we cured it.
I know. Well, we've kind of been hinting, we've been like episode to episode. We're like, we've been away for a while. Sorry. I don't know when we're going to do the next one. We'll keep doing the next one. I'll keep, you know what? And if it's up to me, I'll keep trying to put it on a schedule.
Mhm.
But
Just
it's happening.
Just like Digimon, we will talk a whole lot about finality, and then we'll come back with a brand new series starting in October 2025.
No, we're going to talk about.
Oh, sorry, that's just Digimon.
I had some ideas for some stuff. We have a few episodes in the tank, but if you, the viewer, have any ideas for episodes that you want, if you want to see us talk about something, please leave a comment on whatever you're watching this on, whatever you're listening on. You can comment to us, you can rate us 5 stars, you can give us likes, and we are going to bring you the lore that you crave, because I will tell you now, there are other things out there that have dumb stories to them that we can sillily talk about, and
We haven't covered all dumb stories.
it baffles the mind to think that even this
Yeah.
what is this, 3 years after we started, we still have things to talk about, but we do, and we will. And to that I say, thanks for making it to the end of the episode. That's right, you've listened to another episode of The Lore You Know. Hey, why don't you rate us highly on those podcast platforms? Why don't you leave a comment? Why don't you tell your friends, tell your stepdad, hey, I have a new podcast I'm listening to. I think this will bring us closer together somehow. And maybe it will. I don't know. That's the thing. We put this out there into the void, the universe, and we hope that it does the maximum amount of good it can.
Would you say it has a lot of
that's-
potential?
I would say yes. You know what? I'm not ready. I'm not ready for my digivice to turn into a stone, because you know what? I thought the last Digimon episode was going to be our last Digimon episode, and now here we are again.
Wow.
Maybe I'll talk about the other worlds. Did you know that the digital world is but one of many? They're on what they're called servers, different places in the digital realm that are like different
no.
digital universes. Some of the games take place there. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know.
Oh God.
I don't know, man. I don't have a plan. I'm just
You've
going.
done this to yourself. That's all I'll say.
It's spiraling
You've done
out
that
of
to
control.
us.
Yeah, I'm a monster. I can't be stopped. Speaking of, thank you to Apagio for doing the intro and outro songs, and to Galestorm Kitsune for doing the artwork for our channel. It rules. We're also going to change up some more of the artwork stuff, I've decided.
Oh, okay.
You're probably not going to see our faces anymore if you're watching on YouTube.
My face.
We're done with that kind of stuff. We have new
Oh,
plans
shit.
for that kind of thing. Don't worry about
Okay.
it. We're coming back. We're doing
Do
more.
I get to be a VTuber?
If you make one.
Okay.
But let us know if there's anything you want to cover. Otherwise, end of the episode. Welcome back to the end of another episode of The Lore You Know. I've been CJ.
I've been Ethan.
And I've been Fran.
And Ethan, I would not slay you unless I was in merciful mode. And then I would do it for you.
I would still die, but maybe I will go to heaven.
I hope so.